are live here at Yost Ice Arena, where it is your Michigan women's hockey team taking on Lake Superior State for the final regular season home game of the season. So, Coach Ned here with us. Appreciate you joining us again today. And
looking forward to it.
Absolutely.
Interesting situation here where we got to remember the bad taste from last night, but forget about the game and move on.
Absolutely. As, again, yesterday it was the Lakers who ended up winning in overtime. That was a 4-3 win. That means Michigan is now 15-5-1 on the season. And talking a little bit about that game, according to the actual shots on the sheet, Michigan had 37 shots. The Lakers had 24. I think you had a little different total there.
Yeah, I threw that away.
Turn the page. That makes sense. That makes perfect
sense. Turn the page. There you go. A little Bob Seger there. I turned the page. Yeah, I'm turning the page on everything except the bad feeling. I got in the locker room afterwards last night, and that was not a happy locker room, especially for the seniors. So hopefully that's motivation enough to set the stage, because Lake State would like nothing better than come down here from the far north and win, get a sweep, and then bound into the playoffs.
Absolutely. And again, most likely Michigan will be playing Lake Superior State, either Lake Superior State or Miami. Last time I checked, Michigan is into the number 3 seed. They can't move in their pod, and Lake State is the number 2 seed in their pod. So those two would play in the CCWHA playoffs this coming Friday. We're not sure if it'd be the early or late game, and we've now Lake Superior State knows they can beat this team. Michigan beat them twice up at Lake State. They beat Michigan here, and they would love to do it again and come in with all the confidence in the world into the tournament.
And this second game of this series is huge for our national ranking.
Absolutely.
We can't lose 3 in a row and not expect to potentially fall out of the top 10. And the last 3 in the top 10 are perilous.
Indeed, absolutely.
Bubble spots.
Absolutely. Anyone who wins a conference tournament that you don't expect. If Miami were to win or Lake Superior State were to win the CCWHAs, they would bounce someone out from the top 10.
Yeah.
So same thing can happen in the other leagues. So it's interesting. Lake Superior State was 0 for 3 on the power play yesterday. Michigan 1 for 4. So there was lots of special teams opportunities. And Michigan started off with a goal at 3:43 as Carr scored her 13th goal of the season. Matthews and Simmer with the assist, so 2 seniors on the assist there. But then coming right back, Lake Superior State was not rattled at all. They scored at 6:59 as Pott scored her 3rd of the season. Howe and Boyko on the assist. And then at 13:34, Dixon took the lead. It was her 2nd goal, so it was not their top goal scorers who really struck early. It was Dixon from Gibbs and McCoy. That's Dixon's 2nd goal of the season. That took us into the 2nd, and Simmer was able to get it tied up in the 2nd at 10:57. That was her 2nd goal of the season from Matthews and Carr. So nice 2-point game there.
Yeah.
Absolutely, that was well
Senior
set
gets
up.
a goal. That's great.
It was wonderful to see Simmer get a goal, and so Michigan has the 2-1, or Michigan has the game tied going into the 3rd. And you think, okay, now maybe Michigan can get the lead. And Lake Superior State was focused. They were tenacious, and they played hard all game long. Heather Lamb got her 3rd of the season short-handed, as it was a block right at the blue line. And Heather Lamb came out, made a couple nifty moves, and she scored. No assist on that. And, again, that's her 3rd goal. So all 3 of those initial goal scorers, not the top scorers for Lake Superior State. So they have a lot of skill in all areas. Lindahl, the top point getter for Michigan, came back and scored at 16:27. That was her 12th goal of the season. Swanson and Malashevsky on the assist, and we're tied going to overtime. 3-on-3 hockey, and the Lakers were able to cause chaos in the Michigan zone all game long. And again, John's got the first save. It popped out and
Lively
opened side
dasher.
of the net.
Yeah.
And Sarah Lamb put it in. That was her 4th goal of the season. Heather Lamb got her 11th assist of the season. That's all she wrote, 1 minute into overtime. So Michigan's going to try and bounce back here. Taking a look at your top point scores for Michigan. Again, Lindahl has the lead with 12 goals and 12 assists for 24 points. Hansen has 20 points on 12 goals and 8 assists. Carr has 17 points on 13 goals and 4 assists. Swanson is in the 4th spot with 15 points on 5 goals and 10 assists. And then we have a logjam at the 5th spot now with 5 players with 8 points. Malashevsky has 5 goals and 3 assists for 8 points. Katie German has 3 goals and 5 assists for 8 points. Keegan Gustafson has 3 goals and 5 assists for 8 points. And Ava Hung has 2 goals, 6 assists for 8 points. And Ali Flazar has 2 goals, 6 assists for 8 points. So that number 5 spot, everyone's contributing, and we got a lot of players who are.
And we need to have them do what Lake State did yesterday. Some of those number 5 spot contributors step up and get goals and not depend on our top goal scorers, and don't depend on our goalie to keep us in everything. Do your job and give her a break.
Ponith will be in net today as she has 10 wins, 4 losses, 1 draw, 1.46 goals against average, and a .953 save percentage. Just outstanding save percentage with 4 shutouts. Johns, freshman goalkeeper who's been doing really well. 5 wins, picked up her first overtime loss there. She has a 1.83 goals against average, and again, a really, really solid .926 save percentage with 1 shutout. So it's a blessing to have 2 goals.
Anytime you've got goaltenders with less than 2 goals against, you're loving it, because that means you should win every game you score 3, and that's exactly what I expect.
Lake Superior State is now 9-14-1 coming off of that win. So at this point, they've had 4 wins in a row now. So they're gaining a little steam right at the right time.
It's how you finish, baby. It's how you finish.
Yeah, not how you begin, but how you finish. Tonello maintains the lead with 20 points, with 11 goals and 9 assists, as Brazil has 16 points on 12 goals and 4 assists. Howe has 16 points on 8 goals and 8 assists. The number 4 spot is Heather Lamb with 14 points on 3 goals and 11 assists. And Yaremko at the number 5 spot tied with Ackroyd. They both have 12. Yaremko has 8 goals and 4 assists. And Ackroyd has 7 goals and 5 assists. So they have a lot of folks in double digits in points. And they showed that some folks who don't have as many goals can chip in as well with this team.
They've got good balance. They do have a couple people that like to carry the puck, but they do divvy it out. And obviously, by who scored last night, they've got some people who can find the back of the net. And you can't key on any one person with this team. That's for sure.
And they're good at blocking shots. They had Yaremko.
Unbelievable.
Thinking back, I think you and I were together, so that would have been this year up at Lake State. Yaremko had a shorthanded goal on a block shot. They had one yesterday. So that's something that
they're blocking it at the top of the point, which is a real no-no, and we know better than that. And one of the first rules of defense is to not let that happen. It's happened a few times.
So we love to get those blasts from the point and make things happen, but you got to watch those shot blockers.
We actually do drills where we shoot through people and through objects just to practice making sure they don't get. But, in the heat of a game when somebody's moving, it's a lot different than a tire sitting there or something
absolutely,
like that.
Absolutely. Although I would do a good imitation of a tire, but other than that.
That's okay. I've been called a pylon. I understand.
It's taking a look at there. It looks like Tkachuk is probably going to get the start, as I believe it was both Tkachuk and Pasemko who made the trip. Pasemko played yesterday. She has played 11 games. She now has 3 wins, 6 losses, 1 overtime loss, 3.52 goals against average, and a .904 save percentage. Tkachuk is going to play tonight. She's played 14 games, so she's played 3 more. 5 wins, 4 losses, 1 draw. She has a 3.03 save percentage and a .905 save percentage, a 3.03 goals against average. They do have one additional keeper who I haven't seen, Mark Wick, who I don't believe has played an entire game, has a one goals against average.
Was she even dressed? I don't think they had 3 out there.
I don't think they had a third. So she has 12 saves and a .923 save percentage, but I don't think she's played an entire game. So it's going to be Tkachuk. Tkachuk has the lone shutout for this Lake State team. So it's going to be a bit of a different netminder, maybe a little bit more speed side to side, not as much size.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Michigan really needed to get the puck up yesterday to score. as Pasemko was really good at keeping everything low on the ice,
Yeah.
out of the net.
I didn't see much 5-hole. Yeah, she was very good at down low. Yeah.
So this is where we come down to our final regular season game, and taking a look at what is upcoming for this squad is.
Can I do my shout-outs real quick?
Yeah, please. Yeah.
I want to shout out to my grandson's birthday tomorrow, Troy Towery, good hockey player, AA hockey player. Wears my
Nice.
old number, which is touching. The poor guy's got COVID,
Oh.
but he's going to struggle through. We found out he had COVID at his party yesterday.
Oh, that's brutal.
We tested him, but my best to him, and hopefully he has a great day, and I love him. I also want to say a special shout out to all the past players that showed up last night.
Yes.
We had a plethora of past players that were here that was fantastic to support their friends, the team, and it inspired me. I hope it inspires the girls today on the ice. So
I think I definitely saw, I believe it was Aaron Proctor.
Aaron
walking
Proctor,
by.
Jamie, yep. There was a whole ton of them that were here. That was really great.
That is fantastic to see it, and make sure as your alumni, keep in touch with the team. We want to celebrate everyone who's made this team where they're at, who's put in the time. This team would not be where it is without everybody who's worn the maize and blue beforehand, from the beginning to now.
Yep.
So
Jordan, Mickey, there was just a ton, and Mariah. It was really fun to see all, and Sophie Williams, who's doing all our helping with all our social media this year.
She's a rock star at that.
Yeah,
she
fantastic
is a rock
job.
star at that.
Yep.
And she's working for a team for her day job too, doing that, right?
Cool.
So that's,
Well, she's good. When I put together a poster, I laugh at how bad mine looks compared to hers. She's really amazing, and she's got videographers here and photographers here, and she's got Kari who's helping her out. It's Carly. It's really great. It's been nice. The other thing is I got another shout out. It may never happen again. Meg Bryce singing the national anthem yesterday.
That was amazing.
That was a rafter shaker.
Yeah.
I mean, for my defenseman to be singing like that, I had no idea. I know she was in theater and she does that stuff, but I had not been able to see her do it, and I had no idea it included singing. And
it was as good as any music major we've had.
I would agree.
Singing down there.
And that has got to be so intimidating to see somebody in our jersey and then get on the ice for the other team. They're like, whoa. Talk about multitasking.
And that's not an easy song to sing.
No.
And everyone, you know the lyrics until you get that mic in front of your mouth.
Yeah.
It's easy to sing with 6,000 of your best friends out there. But
I didn't fact check the lyrics, but it sounded good.
Oh yeah, it was wonderful. She did a great job.
Yeah.
And we appreciate that. Because I appreciate everyone, I will never sing in front of all these folks, because that would not be good for me.
But I've heard your wife can.
Oh, she is wonderful. Yeah. There has been times at games where they haven't gotten the national anthem up, and she's actually grabbed the mic and done it in front of the crowd and done an excellent job.
She had the audacity to tell me at my age that she was too old to do it. So I may work something out where she ends up having to. Maybe that'll make her feel younger if she does a good job.
There you go. Well, she is amazing, and somehow her only flaws are taste in men. So somehow she's with me.
That and your color guy. She has no. She can't pick her color guys on this broadcast worth of shit.
So Michigan getting going again. This is the final regular season game. What's coming up next is the CCWHA playoffs. That is going to be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Of course, we have to win to advance. But that is coming up at Burton. That's going to be at the Crystal Fieldhouse in Burton.
We call it the Crystal Palace.
The Crystal
Because
Palace.
it's such a fancy place. It has a bar.
It does have a bar, which
was never fun to play with as a coach or a referee, but it is what it is. And it has decent food.
It does. The bar has good food. I never end up eating there. I munched a little bit, but we always at that point wanted, after broadcasting, doing 12 games, you want to.
Do you know what the cost of tickets are? I hadn't seen that.
Well, if
just
I could
curious
scan
whether
this.
I have to wear a coach's jacket or not to try to scam my way in.
If I try and click here to purchase tickets online, I'm clicking incorrectly, so it's not working.
Okay.
I'll effort that. Here we go. It's right there. So tournament ticket pre-sale prices $10 per game, $30 for a day pass, $75 for full access to get everything.
All right.
So taking a look, Michigan will play either at 4 o'clock on Friday, that's Division I Wild Card 1, or 7 o'clock on Friday, that's the second wild card. Then on Saturday, if Michigan's able to win the first game and advance, and they'll need a good game to do so. There are no slouches in this tournament. They will play either at 3 o'clock on Saturday versus, most likely, if they win, most likely Indiana Tech. And then 3 o'clock or 6 o'clock are the two semifinals, whereas Indiana Tech and Adrian will get the bye. And Indiana Tech and Michigan Dearborn will get the bye. I'm just so used to Adrian.
Yeah, it's like crazy.
Yeah, it is nuts. And then the championship is going to be Division I championship, 3 o'clock. They're starting a little bit later because they actually have a bronze game for Division II. A lot of the time we were done by like 3 o'clock, but it'll be 3 o'clock on Sunday if Michigan can make it all the way to the championship game. So that's something to keep an eye on. Again, if you go out to the CCWHA website, it's ccwhad1.acha.hockeytech.com. Just if you search for CCWHA, make sure you get the Hockey Tech site. They have right on the main page a place where you can click to buy tickets. Not working for me, but I'm sure it'll work for you, as well as a barcode you can scan for hotel accommodations.
Cool.
As we are about to get our starting lineups here.
At first, I thought our social media person was singing, but that's not going to happen.
Gibbs coming out first, starting for the Lakers. Next is Brazow out there. Sarah Lamb skating. Dixon is one of the defenders. And the other defender is Adams starting. And then Kachuk between the pipes. So we get to see the other netminder for this Lakers squad. For the Wolverines, Swanson starting for the Maize and Blue. Malashevsky starting center for Michigan. Lindnall plays right wing for Michigan. Izzy German, one of the blue liners. Katie German, the other blue liner. And between the pipes, it is Poneth skating out.
And I see Stevie putting the carpet out for the ceremonial puck drop, and
here's the national anthem.
Yeah, Stevie putting out the carpet. We have 9 coaches behind our bench tonight, Mark.
That is impressive.
Must be somebody's family.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have the president of Michigan, the University of Michigan, Santa Ono, coming out to drop the puck. We love that he has supported this team on social media. He's come to some games, and we can't thank him enough for his support of this team.
KG taking the draw. That's a puck labeled a U of M women's puck with a labeled Team 28 on it for him.
That is fantastic. Santana, we really appreciate what he's done for this team, what he does for the university. I love that number 1. He has his name on the back, and that is awesome. So we appreciate him being here. Hopefully he'll get a chance to stick around and watch the game, and hopefully we can provide him with amazing blue win.
And you know, a little push to be varsity.
That would be lovely.
That's part of the reason I'm here. Help
Absolutely.
these ladies have the choice in the state of Michigan for a D1 varsity program. Right now, there is not one in the whole state.
7 D1 men's teams. There is 1 D3 team at Adrian for women, and no D1 varsity squads. And I would love to see Michigan be the leaders and the best and do that and start it off. If one team starts off, if one team does it, I think we're going to have a number of other teams come in. I think there should be one at Michigan. There should be one at Michigan State. I'd love to see one at Lake Superior State.
You know who the last one was?
Wayne State.
Very good.
Wayne State. Yeah, I remember they had a team, and then I think just travel was too difficult for them.
I wouldn't be surprised.
So
for one thing, part of the fun of this league is having so many teams so close that you can afford it.
Yes.
And if you're the only one in the state, that means every time Wayne State had to play a competition, they had to leave the state.
Yeah. And just to be honest with you, but what Ohio State won 2 years ago the national championship,
That
but
is
we
correct.
don't even compete in NCAA D1 women's hockey. And there are when you go and see, if you go to see the PWHL game on the 16th, March 16th at 6 o'clock between Ottawa and Boston, there are at least 3 Michigan players on that team who never got a chance to go to college and play hockey in this state, and that is something that needs to change. Down on the near boards, Lindahl has it. Lindahl gains his own. Lindahl has it tipped back, trying to pull it away as Gibbs. Gibbs gets it right back into the neutral zone. Katie German at her blue line, firing it down the far boards. Here comes Michigan, bringing it in as Swanson trying to get it. There's a battle at the point that comes out. Racing down with it is Gibbs. That comes right back in along the near boards. Fired, coming in. Here comes Brazel. Brazel fires it back deep into the far corner. Izzy German trying to get it away from Sarah Lamb. Now that grabbed and poked down the near boards, trying to get it out of there. Lake State keeping it in the Michigan zone. Top of the far circle. Now that's them trying to move around with it. And pulled away as Tonello had it. Now trying to dig it away, coming in right through the slot. That outside the near circle.
Nobody there, thankfully.
Pulled down by Flazar. That goes right into the slot. Now pulled away. Firing it ahead. There goes Malashevsky. Puts it back deep. Picked up as Heather Lamb has it underneath the far circle. Heather Lamb trying to fire it. That gets right back out into the neutral zone. Grabbing it, Gustafson fires it ahead. Picked up by Hornstra, top of the far circle in her own zone. Hornstra feeds it down through the near boards. Aykroyd tipped it, but that pulled away by Katie German. Here comes Hansen. Hansen moves
Nice
it over
pass.
to Flazar. Flazar.
Take a shot.
the
Here we
slot,
go, here we
moves it
go,
back
here we
to
go.
Gordon. Gordon fires it, and a save by Kachuk.
Yeah, she came out and cut the angle. People got to hang on to some passes. We got some passes there that people started to catch, and then we can walk into their end with possession.
Absolutely. 18:34 left to go here in the first. Scoreless so far between these two teams. Gordon in to take the face-off. On the other side is Pot. That into the far corner. Hornstrup fires it all the way around the boards. Boyko has it down the near boards. Boyko feeds it ahead. Racing in. Howe has it. Now that pulled away into the near corner. As that's sent all the way around by Ceballos.
Good play by Marty. She had somebody following her on the boards. If she dumped it back, it would have gone right to him.
As Gustafson in the far corner. Gustafson rims it all the way around now. Flazar outside the far circle.
Lays it
moves
there.
it ahead.
Nice play.
Tipped all the way back into the Lakers zone. Grabbed there by Hornstra. On the near circle, Hornstra. On the far circle, coming down the far boards. That fired back in deep.
Oof.
As that'll be picked up by Ceballos down the near boards. Here comes Simmer. Simmer had a goal yesterday that tipped ahead. Matthews racing back to get it. Moved over on the far boards as Dixon set it up. Coming down, here comes McCullough. McCullough with a shot that just goes wide outside the near circle. Pulled back to the near point. Dixon has it there. Dixon firing it. That ricochets off the dasher into the far corner.
If anything we learned yesterday, it's got to be that this is our home ice. We should know that dasher.
It is lively. Is that
Hit it right.
top of the near point, trying to fire it back deep is Oakes. Now Gustafson back behind the goal and along the far boards. Here comes Carr. Carr trying to fire it. Looking to try and move it over on the near side. That intercepted coming in. McCullough has it, top of the near circle. Good job by Matthews to knock that and block that down. McCullough fires it into the far corner.
Way to control her stick and knocked her right out of her hands.
Now
Love
Gibbs
it.
trying to
Carr.
get over there.
Take
Johnson
a look. Ooh, too far.
firing
Nice.
all the way down. Simmer trying to get to it before it's icing.
They called it off.
They waved it off as Dixon into the far corner fires it. That tip back to the blue
Shoot.
line.
Shoot.
There's Kolwich with a shot that skies into the near corner, picked up and along the near boards. Dixon feeds it ahead, coming down.
Good speed. Good
Now
play.
knocked down as trying to get it over there was Brazil coming
Lydia
down the
caught
far
her from
boards.
behind.
There is Swanson trying to get to it. Now is Lindahl outside the far circle. Lindahl into the far corner. Lindahl moves
Nice
it
play.
back to
Nice
the far
play.
point.
Rip it.
Here comes Kolwich. Kolwich looking over, now moves it into the far corner. Swanson with it there. Swanson knocked off of the puck by Adams. Adams gets it over into the near corner for Dixon. Dixon coming down the near boards. That ricocheted ahead as racing in. Here comes Brazil. Brazil into the slot. Shot on it with a save into the near corner.
That's a good one to get for your first shot. Nothing special.
Get you eased into the game, kind of like taking your first bump on the ice there.
Yep.
As that went off of Swanson's skate, fired ahead.
Oof.
That's loose at the blue line, trying to pull it in. Here comes Tonello, leader in points for this Lakers team. Here comes Lindahl the other direction. Lindahl outside the near circle. Lindahl with a
nice
shot
shot.
and a good glove save there by Kachuk.
Yeah, that had some heat on it. Sending a message, Julia putting a little laser on that glove.
Face-off in the near face-off circle. As that brought into the near corner. Flazara trying to put it back behind. Gordon has it now. Gordon underneath the far circle, back to the far point to Izzy German. Izzy German gets it onto the far circle. That goes right back behind Kachuk. Picked up there by Heather Lamb. Heather Lamb feeds it around the boards. Here comes Yaremko. Yaremko gets it over to Heather Lamb.
Good reach by Izzy.
Good tip back behind by Izzy German and offsides as Aykroyd had it, and I think
Late shot.
got slowed down there just a little bit.
I've made a special request to Izzy to take that quick slapper. She's got a great one just above the pads when they're down. She can really get it off in a hurry, and I'd like to see her put one in.
Absolutely. Matthews tips it back to the defense. Now Katie German, that deflects into the near corner. Yaremko got in front of it. That into the far corner. Here comes Katie German down the far boards, trying to get it over to Carr. Battling, comes back onto the near circle or far circle. That fired ahead by Izzy German. Now back
Watch
in
that
along
deep
the
slot.
end boards.
Oof.
All the way back to Hornstra at the far point. Hornstra.
Good block.
Good block by Carr. Carr making a nifty move, racing down. Carr through center ice, trying to get it over to Simmer. That ricochets off the near boards. Picked up first by Heather Lamb, back behind her own goal. Heather Lamb ricochets it off the far boards, trying to pull it out of there as
Good job,
Yaremko.
Sam.
Carr trying to dig in there, battle for it, comes back
There,
to the far
there.
point.
Ooh.
Deflected back, and again, Lake State really good at those block shots. They move it over to Katie German, now moving in along the far boards. And fired ahead. Here comes Carr. Carr has it at center ice,
Nice
moves
play.
it back
Move
to
it
Katie
back.
German. Down the near boards, trying to get it over to Hung. That missed her stick, now coming up. And knocked down in along the far boards. Lakers control. They move it back over on the near boards as Book has it. Book. I think that's Book. It is indeed. Some of those jerseys get a little rumpled there. Makes it hard for me. So forgive me
Watch
if I
out,
missed
watch
some of
out.
that right off the back of the net.
Oh.
Pulled back as that had an interesting deflection off the
Didn't quite have
blocker.
the ankle. Didn't quite have that angle.
Fired all the way back, controlled by the Lakers. It's center ice, trying to feed it quickly forward over to Pop. Pop has
Nice
it
back check.
all the way back, top of the near circle. Fed ahead to Hung. Hung in the neutral zone. Hung, cross ice pass, trying
Katie
to
with a great
move it
back
over to
check.
Ferris. Ferris puts it in deep. Michigan going for a change. The puck outside the near circle. Here comes the Lakers. Quickly ahead to Oakes. Oakes backhands it deep into the Michigan zone. Racing back to get it. McCullough into the far corner. Johnson at it. Now McCullough outside the far circle.
Okay, got
moves it
somebody
back to
wide
the far
open in the
point.
slot all by herself. Oh, boy.
Bringing ahead. Ceballos feeds it forward as Gibbs races all the way back to get it.
Here we go.
Trying to get it. Lindahl wouldn't settle down on her puck. Lindahl through the slot. That pulled away by Oakes. Oakes. Nifty move. Now Malashevsky trying to bank it off the far boards, but that grabbed by Johnson, who moves it ahead. And intercepted right at the blue line. Here comes Lindahl. Lindahl fires it down. And went off of the official into the spot. There's a
nice
shot
save
by Malashevsky, and Kachuk with an excellent save.
And Kelsey was right on the doorstep if that had been a rebound.
12:56 left to go here in the first period. Face-off in the near face-off circle. Scoreless so far. Gordon in to take the face-off. As Brazow on the other side coming down the near boards. And tipped back, bringing it in. Sarah Lamb trying to fight through traffic.
Yeah, we're going to get something here.
That is going to end up being a hooking as Kolwich got tangled
they're
up.
Going to talk afterwards a little bit.
So Michigan on the penalty kill first. Kolwich in for what we'll see at 12:45. Is that's going to be holding. Face off in the far face off circle. That opponent's left. Izzy German puts it back into the near corner. Katie German trying to get it ahead. Katie German down the near boards. Katie German feeds it as Adams chases it all the way back. Matthews back there trying to provide pressure. 12:32 left to go here in the first. Scoreless so far. 1:42 left in the power play to the Lakers. Racing ahead with it. Brazow has it outside the near circle. Brazow stops and moves it to the blue line. Adams with it. Shot from the high slot. That tipped, but a whistle.
Outside. Somebody in the crease. I'm curious. I noticed on the Michigan bench that Tribbs and Joe have switched spots. I wonder if they're shuffling things in the coaching responsibilities to try to shake things up.
That is a good question.
The only person in the usual spot is a trainer.
There you go. Yeah, shake things up. Maybe try and make sure you gotta get this win versus a very good Lake Superior State team.
Yep, and they don't have bus legs today.
No, not at all.
They stayed at the Holiday Inn Express, so God knows how good they'll be.
Not only can they do hockey, but if you believe the ad, surgery as well. So right. Down the near boards, that put back by Adams. Coming in with it is Dixon. Dixon outside the near circle. Dixon into the near corner with it. Dixon back behind the Michigan goal. Katie German trying to knock that away. Gibbs back there trying to pull it off the back of the net, and they'll have to blow it dead. These are not the nets that you see when the men's NCAA team plays. They have a little bit more give behind.
Yeah.
So that happens. You got to be at a pretty high level like the NHL or whatever to get the fresh nets that no one else gets to touch but game time.
I think that Dixon must be a spark plug, the coach. Her body language in these plays is amazing.
Back outside is setting it up. Hornstra has it at center ice. Hornstra feeds it down the far boards. They had tipped back and intercepted, fired all the way back deep.
Smart play.
Good job by Simmer to move it back. Hornstra chases it back behind. Yaremko back there as well. The puck into the near corner.
Here we
intercepted.
go. Shorty.
There's a shot
a tip
knocked
in front.
away. Oh boy, is that one off of Yaremko's skate? Nothing she could do about that. But that deflected right into Kachuk, and Kachuk doing an excellent job seeing that deflection and covering it up. 31 seconds left in the Lakers power play.
Good forecheck.
11:16 left to go here in the first, still scoreless. That's sent back to Bucksbaum at the near point. Bucksbaum
Tip
trying
again.
to get tipped by Matthews. That knocked away. Coming ahead with the Lakers send it all the way down. Good job by Bucksbaum to intercept because they had Yaremko wide open. And tipped back. Matthews trying to make it hard.
Man, she is the queen of chaos. She's holding them in their own zone all by herself.
Here comes Yaremko, gains his own high slot. Yaremko
too close,
walking her way in.
Oh,
and great save by Ponitz. Still loose out in front, comes outside the near circle. And that is one that few goalies other than Ponitz, they make that save.
And she walked the whole squad.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody took any space.
She has a lot of talent back there. Is that coming? Top of the far circle. High slot coming in now, put onto the near slot. Hornstra trying to get to it. Bucksbaum back there trying to knock it away. Ackroyd underneath the near circle, trying to get it over to Tonello. There was a
nice hard shot.
Still working and covering it up is Ponith. Boy, that's a really good shift by those Lakers as penalty expired, and they were right on top of us.
Yeah. Thanks, Sandy, for that one. There should be some pad bumps there.
Yeah, it's 2 really big saves by Poneth, and Yaremko, just weaved through traffic.
That was Sam Karish there, the way
Oh,
she hypnotized everybody and walked right in. The only thing was she ran out a little bit out of room, but my goodness, what a move.
It was a lot of talent, and we're glad that Poneth was able to match it on the other side. As the officials talking to the Lakers coaching staff.
They don't get a last change. That might be what that's about.
Gotcha.
That's one of the few privileges we get as a home team.
Indeed. As that comes all the way back. 10-15 left to go here in the first. Back to the near point as that's fired. Dixon puts it into the far corner. Now Hansen trying to pull it away.
We're playing in the wrong end.
Howe has it. Now Hansen moves ahead to Flazar. That off of her skate. It's a bad puck bounce there. Sent ahead. Now Pop moves it all the way back deep.
Yeah, our passes aren't very precise. We're either too far ahead or too far behind. It's good to see him passing, but got to hit the mark tape to tape.
Here comes Hansen down the far boards. Hansen with Adams in front of her makes a
there
good move
go.
over
That's
to
a nice
Flazar.
one. What a difference that makes.
Flazar moves it back deep as Michigan trying to crash deep. Flazar back. Gordon trying to dig it out into the near corner. Here comes the Lakers. Fed ahead to Boyko. Right into Hansen has it right at center ice. Hansen trying
nice
to get away
play.
from Boyko.
Go back.
Katie German ahead to Flazar. Flazar trying to dump it. Racing, trying to get around Dixon. Adams has it into the far corner. As that pulled back outside the near circle. Malashevsky trying to hold it in. That back outside, right in front of the scorer's bench. Hansen trying to pull that away.
Nice.
Now racing in, Sarah Lamb had it. That fired all the way back. As that'll be brought in right at the near circle. As Brazow had it, pulled away. Here comes Cevallos. Cevallos able to get it out of the zone, pulled right back in by Heather Lamb.
Yeah.
But offside's the call.
No, it's going to be interference on Dixon.
Oh,
she was on fire. She was upset about something. Just like I said, she's got to be a spark plug to coach because the drama that she brings on a shift, she's just cross-checking everybody. She could have had a cross-check earlier. A lot of effort, a lot of heart. She got in there with an interference, made a pick.
She's definitely a physical, skilled player. But Michigan now has, on the interference call, they'll have their first power play. Cummings in to take the face-off. As that pull back into the slot, Lindahl moves it over to Bucksbaum. Bucksbaum back to Lindahl, top of the far circle. Lindahl moves back to the far point, back over to Bucksbaum. Bucksbaum, top of the near circle to Swanson. Swanson.
I would like to see her Julia take that early shot before everybody's set on the winning draw. There's a lot of screen.
Malashevsky over to Swanson, outside the near circle. Swanson looks to move it back to the near point. Gets it over to Bucksbaum. Bucksbaum, top of the far circle for Lindahl. Lindahl
look at
coming
back
in,
door.
Trying to move. Good interception by Sarah Lamb. Fed ahead.
Swanson was right there.
Good job to get in the passing lane by the Lakers to steal a good opportunity away from Michigan. Bucksbaum back behind the goal. Bucksbaum brings it over in along the near boards, trying to get to Lindahl. That tipped all the way back.
It's going to be good, though.
And into the near corner. Now trying to grab it.
They're scrambling.
They're
scrambling.
The near corner. Cummings outside the near circle. Back over to Swanson. Swanson.
Somebody in front. There we go.
Moves it high slot to Katie
Good,
German.
good.
Katie
There
German
it is.
puts it in.
There it is. It's under her. She
And
has no idea where it was.
Kachuk saw it, stopped it, and then dove. And dove on the puck. Michigan just couldn't poke it in there.
Emily was right on the doorstep, and she just laid on it. And now she's getting a talk from the ref about something.
As it will be 7:54 left to go here in the first. 59 seconds left in the Michigan power play. 0-0 is our score. Outside the near circle, Flazar has it in the near corner.
Boy,
Flazar.
they're giving her room. I love it.
Over to Carr. Carr, high slot for Katie German. Now over onto the far circle. Hansen with it. Hansen trying to skate in.
Rip
Hansen
it.
walking in.
Oh
Boy, that just missed.
Just missed.
In along the end boards. Gordon trying to pull it over to Flazar. Flazar underneath the far circle.
They're going to
back
let her
Hansen.
walk. If they're going to let her walk.
Hansen moves it back.
There you
top
go.
of
You
the
got
far
your shot, Lucy.
Hansen coming in. The puck wouldn't settle down. Now we have a 2-on-1.
Yeah, two Wolverines down. Thankfully, they just send it into the zone.
Half fired all the way back. Yaremko, who trying to make it difficult. Here comes Katie German. She can pull it the entire way. Katie German, top of the far circle.
She's the quarterback. We got to get somebody high.
Katie German back behind the goal underneath the near circle. She's into the near corner now. Tip back. Carr has it. Carr Top of the circle, moves it over.
Got to shoot. Got 2
Hansen
seconds
into
left.
the far corner. Simmer
Oh.
gets it back to Hansen, and back to full strength are the Lakers. Carr underneath the far circle, back behind the goal from the near side to the far side. Carr trying to get it over to Gordon. Backhanded shot that got blocked by Adams all the way back. Katie German trying to feed it into the far corner. Gordon with it there. Still scoreless. Both teams have had a power play, able to kill it off. Simmer right out in front, trying to get it to Carr, and that, just a good stick in front by the defenders.
They got back. They had her wide open, and then there were 3 people on.
Tonello with a shot, and that covered up by Ponith. And we'll have a face-off in the Michigan zone. 6:24 left to go here in the first. Scoreless so far between these two squads. Lots of young hockey players in the crowd. Love to see it. There's a couple teams I can see down there. And
still good seats available, though.
There are. And if you want to see more great hockey, get out to the CCWHA tournament out at Burton. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, both Division I and Division II.
Crystal Palace.
Yep, to Crystal Fieldhouse. And over, trying to center it up. That got knocked away. Pot into the near corner as Boyko tried to set that up. All the way back to Heather Lamb at the near point. Heather Lamb moves it. Pot into the slot. Good job by Ceballos to knock it away, but a blast by Boyko from the top of the far circle. Battle for it and along the far boards. Held in by Hornstra. Now back into the far corner. That swept all the way around by Gustafson in along the near board. Simmer gets it back to Ceballos. Ceballos back to Gustafson.
Got some space.
Now,
there you go. Make it yourself.
And coming down the far boards, Gustafson trying to tip it. That knocked down. Matthews trying to move it.
Too many men.
Right off of Lindahl. As luckily her shift change, we didn't end up with a penalty there.
That's a set play. Too many women.
Yep.
Right during that change.
Coming over, moves Lindahl. Lindahl gains his own top of the
got her.
In Lindahl, backhanded shot. And
she's not done.
What
she's
a
not
great
done.
save by Kachuk. There's
another one.
Kachuk covers it up as a beautiful blast by Kolwich from the far circle. 2 fantastic saves by Kachuk. 5:11 left to go here in the first. Scoreless so far.
Lindahl practically plastered that in with under a goalie who almost had it, just forcibly put it by.
Face-off in the far face-off circle. And move back to the far point to Kolwich. Kolwich dives it into the far corner. Malshevsky chasing it. Adams has it back behind her own goal. Trying to get it back there. Brazow with it as well. That swung outside the near circle. Picked up there. Tipped as Lindahl trying to pull it away. That moved back and into the neutral zone. Bucksbaum fires it right back in.
Smart play.
Tipped by Swanson. Trying to fire it deep. Intercepted. Here comes the Lakers.
Couldn't go D to D.
Down the near boards, that gathered up as Brazow moves it all the way back deep in the Michigan zone. Kolwich has it underneath the far circle.
Nice
she avoids a heavy move by Sarah Lamb.
Good pass.
Now trying to dig it out. Swanson in along the far boards, trying to pull that away, battling a pair of Lakers, a trio of Lakers.
They got
coming
the numbers.
away with it.
They're
Tonello has it. Tonello back behind. Tonello gets it outside the near circle as Dixon trying to get to it. That back out into the neutral zone. Here comes Swanson trying to feed it deep. She goes off as Ackroyd has it. Now moved over to Yaremko down the far boards. Yaremko banks it off the near board into Michigan zone. That fired the other direction. Deflected off of a skater. Right back to the Laker blue line. Dixon moves it over along the far boards. Intercepted. That fired back deep by Kolwich into the far corner. Picked up there. Gathered up by the Lakers defense as Flazara trying to dig it out of there.
Wide open in front.
Still trying to pull it away. Gordon has it underneath the far circle. Gordon back to the far point to Izzy German. Izzy German with a shot and a save by Kachuk. There was a lot of traffic out front.
Yep.
I don't know how Kachuk saw that. She was well screened, but she made the save. 3:40 left to go. Well, Sweet Home, Alabama being played in an ice rink. I guess they do have some hockey down there.
Yeah, I had a friend who played at Alabama Birmingham.
There you go. That moves over and along the near boards. Oaks with it, tip back. Now down the far boards. Mikolo coming in. Mikolo fired, and that right pass trying to cover it up is Poneth, and now they get it covered up. I think Katie German thought she had it, but it just slipped past, and good opportunity for the Lakers.
Yeah, I should have probably tried to play down in Birmingham, Alabama. I would have had a better chance of making the squad.
You're saying there's a few people who play in Wisconsin?
There's a few good players, pretty good players playing in Wisconsin. I can't even make the women's team.
3:21. There's a shot. Ponith with a good save. Again, lots of screenings out front. Carr has it. Carr moves it back behind. That
Nice
flips all
touch
the way
on
around.
that. Nice touch.
Now
Give her a
grab
chance to get to it.
down the near board.
Here we
Simmer
go.
fires it ahead. Here comes Matthews. Matthews outside the near circle. Matthews.
Looking.
Centering attempt, trying to get it over, and wouldn't settle down.
There
That
we
grab
go.
by Carr,
Carr.
top of the far circle. Carr trying to weave her way through three different defenders. Carr.
There.
And there's
Oh.
Matthews with a shot that went off of Heather Lamb's skate. Down on the near boards. Picked up. Here comes the Lakers. They feed it back out to center. Katie German at her own blue line. Oaks traveling.
Oh, nice.
Trying to get to it.
Got a fresh player. Pick
Down
that
the
up.
near boards. Here comes. Coming in is Brazow. Brazow on
Don't
the
let
near
her
circle.
shoot.
Shot. And a
Jeez.
good save by Ponith. That puck loose on the near circle. As that in along the end boards.
We got to force a shot sooner. We're letting them. No, there's no gap. We're letting them get too close.
Carr down the far
Here we
boards.
go.
That deflects, racing ahead is Simmer. Simmer trying to get to it. Heather Lamb gets there beforehand.
She's at an end of a shift. She's gassed.
As Simmer trying to keep it deep in there as Michigan does get a line change. Now Heather Lamb coming down the far board. She ricochets it back into the neutral zone, fired right back into the far corner by Gustafson.
Jessie did a good job of doing what she could at the end of that shift.
As Cummings trying to dig it out into the near corner. Now
Oh,
that
oh,
fired,
oh,
Hung
boom, boom,
trying to get
oh,
to it,
right there,
racing
take
over.
it.
Gustafson
Yeah.
with the shot, that went off of his skate. Another block shot as this Laker team is really, really good at getting in the way of the puck.
Man, I respect that too. That's team play.
It is. It's not a fun skill, but boy, it's a really important one.
Yep.
Sent
Huge.
back outside the near circle. Gustafson has it. Gustafson back behind her own goal. Gustafson fires it over to Hung outside
Nice
the near
play,
circle.
right
Hung
off boards,
It's
right
it.
to her. Oh,
trying
come
to
on,
get it
clear
over to Cummings. That tipped away. Here comes Tonello. Tonello keeping
She
it
can
in
go.
outside the
Got
near
24
circle.
wide open in front.
Tonello trying to get it underneath the near circle. Tonello back to Dixon at the near point. Dixon fires it. That tipped out in
blocked.
front. That indeed a good block, and that fired right back in along the end boards.
Uh-oh.
Trying to get it. Ackroyd with
Oh.
a shot, and a good job by Gustafson to get a piece of it to slow it up.
24 comes stumbling in. That's great.
Well,
going
Ackroyd
to the
right
net.
there for the rebound,
They're going to
and
the net.
it was a good job to get his stick and slow that up so Poneth could cover it up and not deal with a tougher shot. 1:09 left to go here in the first. Scoreless so far.
Lake State's playing with tenacity. I mean, they're making this tough.
Absolutely. Tonello,
There's another
ran
one.
right across the crease. Adams has it at the far point, puts it into the far corner. Izzy German trying to move it around. That held in, but tipped out. Now here comes Michigan through center ice as Lindahl, using her body, brings the puck in. Lindahl moves it into the near corner. Now that held in by Katie German, trying to get it over to Malashevsky into the near corner. Swanson trying to chase it back. Adams has it in along the end board. Swanson and Lindahl trying to poke that away.
Last minute.
Into the near corner. 38 seconds left
They're
to
just
go in
going
the
to play
first.
for a tied period.
As that moved all the way back now, firing ahead. That tipped right back to center. Izzy German has it. Michigan clears the zone, and that
Good.
fired right back in, covered up by Kachuk, and 25 seconds left to go here in the first.
I'm super impressed with the back check of the Lakers. I mean, that's an effort skill, one that is not always identified unless you're a coach or a defenseman. They
Indeed.
are busting butt back to get our lead skaters, and that's forwards doing that. That's noble.
As that sent in along the end boards, 19 seconds left to go. In along the near boards, trying to get it out is Boyko. Now racing ahead with it is Howell. Howell puts it back deep
She can fly.
into the near corner. Fired out in front, tipped away. Good job by Izzy German to put it back into the near corner with 5 seconds left to go. Trying to tip it out.
Oh,
Back
far
to the
point.
far point. There's a shot, and that is the end of the period. At the end of the period, it is 0-0. What do you have for shots on goal there, Coach?
They have 10, and we have 9, so it's a very close period. We'd like to get a few more shots, but there were some pretty good quality ones. I think we'd get more shots if they weren't back checking so hard. I don't know how to put them sleep on that, but man, I was very impressed with their back check.
They have raced back, and they have made it difficult for Michigan.
When you got people like Julia walking in and somebody's catching them from behind, that means they can really motor. And not only can they really motor, they're putting out the effort because, you know, there's no glory in a back checker. That's all just doing it for the team.
Absolutely, as we got one of the teams there greeting the Wolverines as they head out onto the ice. What does this team have to do to try and take the lead in the second period? What do they have to do a little bit better in this next period?
I think they had energy.
Yeah.
I think they've got to fine-tune their passing.
Yep.
A lot of times people were passing ahead of the person or behind, and maybe not as quick as they should, maybe not quite as hard. I mean, we are a very good passing team in practice.
Yes.
And if we can pass like we pass in practice, where we play against our trusted teammates and do the same thing against opponents that, don't know where you're going and don't telegraph it and don't know the plays, we can really take advantage of that. And I think that's probably one of the big things is doing that. Getting somebody in front, a nice hard pass to them right on the tape, and a quick shot. We've got some people from the point who could be blasting it from the point, and rather than dump it in the corner, that's fine. We've got people who can muck in the corners, and that's good. But at this point, 0-0, and our future's on the line.
Yes.
I don't care if it's a bouncing puck that it just drops in over their shoulder on net.
This is a huge, important game, and as we saw yesterday, the Lakers are never going to give up. They're never going to quit. They're going to play hard the whole time, and we have to have a complete game because we can't have a three-game losing streak going into the playoffs. And for many reasons, it would absolutely probably knock us out of the top 10.
Yep.
And that could be disastrous because then we have to make a lot of hay in the tournament to get back in.
Yeah.
And you don't want to get swept by this Laker team who you may well have to see next weekend on Friday.
As highly ranked as we are and were, it was not a goal for us to get to leagues.
Yeah.
It was a goal to us to win leagues and get into nationals and do something at nationals. So a 3-game losing streak at the end here where we eke into leagues and then have to dominate at leagues is not the way we want to do it. We want to fortify. I mean, now we know how to lose. It's now how we recover.
Yeah.
And this game is a perfect example of how we recover.
Yeah.
We did it against Michigan State.
Yep.
We've got to do it against Lake State now, and it's the end of the season. I mean, these ladies only have, a maximum of, if we went all the way, a maximum of 5 games or something like that? Or?
I think you could have 3 in the CCWHAs, and I think, you could have, because it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I think you could have a total of 7 if you won everything.
And that's,
And that's if you won everything.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, look, I'd love to see it happen. Yeah. But the likelihood is there's a lot of great teams out there standing in your way.
And that's not many games when you've put in a whole year as a hockey player to that be the maximum. That's definitely a light at the end of the tunnel that they don't want to rush to. They want to make it last as long as they can and get as many games in as they can.
And honestly, this should be basically considered a playoff game right here.
Yeah, I would say so because it's do or die for nationals.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is, and we know this is a Lake State team who's going to give them everything they can, and is not going to make anything easy.
And you do not want to go to leagues and have to beat Adrian or Indiana Tech to get into nationals.
No, not at all.
Sure, we'll do it if we have to, but if we had to choose, we'd rather not have to. Right?
Yeah, you'd like to be in nationals, and then
Yeah.
So I'm going to. Looks like I have to do a little work on the scoreboard. So let's play a little bit of the Michigan Marching Band. We will be right back with your second period action. is just coming back from halftime. We're about to get ready, or halftime, first period intermission. I've watched hockey before. It's fun when you broadcast a lot of different sports. Malashevsky in to take the face-off. Tonello puts it in along the far boards. Now Katie German gets it over to Lindahl. Lindahl, top of the far circle. Lindahl into the far corner. Puck wouldn't settle down. Aykroyd has it. That trips all the way out of play. And by the way, we as we were running down to take a comfort break, we saw President Ono against the glass down there with Julia Lindahl's father. So that's great to see him down there. And again, we really, really appreciate the support. Malashevsky into face-off on the far face-off circle versus Tonello. Controlled, Izzy German trying to hold it in. Swanson outside, and that is going to be, I think that slipped beyond the blue line, so that's going to be coming out on the far circle just outside the Lakers zone. Scoreless so far, 19:40 left to go here in the second. Gordon in to take the face-off versus Tonello. As in, here comes Hansen. Hansen outside the far circle. Hansen trying to fire it in front. Hansen underneath the near circle. Hansen now feeds it high slot. One touch over to Izzy German. Izzy German, that tip by Flazar. There's Hansen with a shot and Tkachuk with a save. As she took it off the body and was able, as she turned over, cover it up with the glove. Good shot by the Maize and Blue. 19:24 left to go here in the second. Scoreless so far. Face-off is to Tkachuk's left in the far face-off circle. Looks like that's Potted there versus Gordon on the face-off circle. As that back in the far corner trying to bring it around. Dixon brings it down now over Boyko. Gains his own. Boyko trying to move it over. Tipped into the far corner by Gustafson. And trying to pull it away in along the far boards. Here comes Michigan. Held in. Good job by Pop to put it into the far corner. Sent right back into the near corner. Gustafson with it. That pulled away. Centering attempt. Flazar has it down the far boards. Flazar moving it. Tipped by Hansen. That'll go all the way back onto the near circle with it. Controlled there. Sent into the far corner. Dixon trying to pull it away. Back behind Tkachuk. Now Dixon in the far corner again. Flazar trying to move it. That loose. Tipped by Hansen. Back into the far corner. She's trying to move it in along the end boards. Dixon got a piece of it there. Now into the near corner. Here comes the Lakers. Fed all the way out into the neutral zone. Tipped by Gustafson. Has it at the blue line. Feeds it ahead. Now Dixon trying to fire it the other direction. That was deflected and held in. Dixon into the far corner. Sweeps it to Adams in the near corner. Adams feeds it into the neutral zone. Knocked down. Tipped right back to Carr. Carr trying to move it over. That got loose. Carr gets it over to Simmer. Simmer gains his own. Simmer back to Carr. High slot with that shot. That went off of Adams' skate. Back behind on the side of the net and covered up by Tkachuk. $18:05 left to go here in the second. Matthews in to take the face-off in the far face-off circle. Brazow on the other side. That to the left of Tkachuk. That puck trying to skate through is Carr. Carr knocked off the puck coming the other direction. Here comes Lake Superior coming down the far boards, racing in. And Bucksbaum got tied up in the near corner with Heather Lamb trying to pull it away. That tipped right back to the near point. Now coming in with it. Kolwich trying to dig it out of the near corner. Matthews feeds it from behind all the way over. Simmer has it, tipped back. That back to the far point. Good job to hold it in and fire it all the way around by Sarah Lamb as that goes into the near corner. Kolwich trying to pull it out of the zone. Hornstra had it, but that tipped back all the way back. That'll kind of skitter and end up losing momentum underneath the near circle. Heather Lamb trying to get to it. Now here comes Carr. Carr outside the far circle. Carr trying to avoid pressure by Johnson. Carr trying to skate her way in. Fired. Oh, that just comes to the near side.
KG German snuck in behind.
Now Malashevsky.
Good of Carr to see her.
In along the end boards. Malashevsky back behind the goal. Firing it out in front.
Nice
Swanson.
pass.
Oh, couldn't get everything on it as Brazow got her stick in the way. Good defense, but yeah, an excellent pass. And here comes the Lakers.
I love seeing Sam find those people because they'll set it up, they'll give it back. It's good.
Now Katie German in the near corner trying to avoid Sarah Lamb over to Swanson, pulled ahead, now down the near boards. Here comes Michigan. Malashevsky gets it ahead. Lindahl tipped it on the near circle. Lindahl trying to get in. Ooh, good poke check by Dixon back behind.
She keeps trying to draw it across through the crowd and just not letting her do it.
As they have some active sticks. Malashevsky back behind. Malashevsky outside the far circle, back to Izzy German at the far point. Izzy German over to Katie German. One-timer or one touch back into the center. Held in by Izzy German. She puts it into the far corner. Malashevsky trying to get to it. Now Lindahl. That comes outside the near circle. Coming ahead with it. Lindahl trying to fire it back. That intercepted by Book. Book fires it down the far boards. Izzy German has it in front of the Lakers bench. Izzy German fires it deep. She goes off her line change. Shot on goal. They'll be covered up by Tkachuk.
You know, I'd like to see our points. Just put it on net. Don't worry about dumping it in. It doesn't, as long as it's not blocked, just put it on net. Doesn't have to be hard. Just get it in the area. We're not going to score from the corner, and we just need to get those shots. The other thing is, I think we could take a lesson from the Lakers. They are back checking our brains out, and if we could do a little of that and catch them from behind, that would be nice. We've got the depth, and we got the speed.
Face off in the far corner, trying to pull that away as Flazar trying to move it in front, right, trying to get to it, and it just wouldn't settle down for Gordon. Tkachuk dives back over to get it.
Man, she makes a lot of saves diving on her stomach.
Indeed.
Which means if she misses it, there's a lot of net above her.
Face off in the near face-off circle. Gordon in to take the face-off. And tip back. Now here comes the Lakers bringing ahead. It's Heather Lamb. She
can fly.
Down the far board. Stolen away by Hansen. Hansen. Ooh, tipped away. Yaremko in along the near boards. Now here comes Michigan.
That's Lucy moving her legs, man. She back checked and took that right away from her.
Here comes Hansen on the near circle. Hansen feeds it into the slot in a collision.
Boy,
nobody
bodies
home.
Everybody. They're going to get one. Interference. Good call.
As it was a pile up on.
There's a lot of picks going on out there.
Yeah, pile up on I-94 right there.
That's right. Right on the way to the bridge, I-75.
There you go. Yep.
Mark, did they get any shots in my absence? I do everything slowly now. I didn't get back up here. Did they have any early shots?
I'm going to say there were 2 of them.
Okay.
And that will be as good as I can do, not thinking about it. So into it. Tonello is into the box. Top point getter for the Lakers. Is that all the way back to the far point? Now moved over Lindahl, top of the near circle. High slot for Katie German. Bucksbaum.
Walk in.
And moved over Lindahl.
Yes!
What a good save by Tkachuk as Lindahl came in, moved it over. Tkachuk kicked the leg out and made a beautiful save.
Oh, what
credit
a
where
save.
credit is due. That was a highlight reel save.
I had that on the board. I mean, it was up in lights. I mean, what a move by Julia, and just a
There's a shot from the far circle and a save by Tkachuk. But boy, yeah, that was she had got that leg out there and really.
Man, what a save.
Yeah.
Open net.
Yeah.
Open net.
No doubt.
Okay, Julia's talking to herself now. She's gonna be fired up. She's a player.
Tkachuk a little slow to get up there. Hopefully she's all right. Face off. As Brizal
well, it pulled everything in my body seeing her stretch that far. So
yeah, no kidding. No kidding.
She could be a little sore from that.
Yeah, I'm going to hurt for a week just watching it. Bucksbaum fires it ahead and grabbed down the near boards, fed over to Lindahl. Lindahl, top of the far circle. Lindahl into the far corner. Lindahl slips it right back to Swanson outside the far circle. Swanson back to Katie German, high slot. Now over top of the near circle for Lindahl. Lindahl moves it underneath.
Back door was coming in. Got to get it while she's coming in.
Cummings trying to move it over to Swanson. That fired all the way down the ice. Racing back to get it. And pulled Katie German, trying to avoid pressure by Johnson. Banked ahead, intercepted. Here comes Brizal. Brizal
this is not
in
good.
the slot. Brizal with the shot saved by Ponditz. Good job by Lindahl to clear out of the way. Now Gordon has it back. Gordon over to Katie German. Katie German ahead. 38 seconds left in the power play.
Nice pass.
Here comes Lindahl at the far point. Lindahl slips it back. Malashevsky doing a good job to avoid too many players on the ice. Down the near boards, here comes Flazar. Flazar outside the near circle.
She's a passer.
Flazar
she'll set you up.
Back behind, stops there.
Nice.
Now coming over to Hansen at the near circle.
Yes!
And a goal!
There, that's
Hansen
Lucy, baby. That's Lucy.
Top right-hand corner power play goal. That was gorgeous. Lazar on the assist.
She can rip it. I love it. She had 2 last night, right?
Yeah.
That's
And
3 in a game and a third.
puck placement was just outstanding on that.
Yeah, right over her glove.
There is so not much.
That's what you got to do when they
do about that.
When they let you walk in, you take it and you rip it.
Ooh, 1-0 Michigan with the
Lucy.
lead, and we know no lead is safe.
Nope.
As
Nobody
down
gets
the near
happy.
boards.
That's what I'm telling them right now,
Here
telepathically.
comes Hansen,
Uh-oh.
top of the near circle. Hansen going into the netting as she. By the way, that's the net where the president's down there watching. So
Yes.
he got a bit of a show there on that one.
She had Allie. She's going to slip that across the next time, because now they're thinking she's going to shoot every time.
Gordon in the near circle. Hansen outside into the near corner. Hansen trying to move it back, controlled now, fired ahead by Pott down the near boards. Trying to pull it in. Gustafson trying to get to a Pott. Wow, offsides. As again, there was a pile up right at the blue line there.
That's good. Use that blue line to your advantage. Lucy deserved that goal. She just back-checked before that. I like seeing somebody paid back with a goal after an effort like that. Only people that thank back-checkers are defensemen and coaches, so it's all good.
Back checking, block shots, all the little things that make you a really good team. As coming up, here it comes, racing down. Michigan fires it back deep.
Be nice to see some energy and some.
Matthews trying to knock it away, trying to move
Somebody
it
there.
over.
Need somebody there. There's Sam.
Carr with a shot, another shot.
Just missed the net.
Really good save by Kachuk on the first one.
And just dribbled past that post on the other side. Sam wants that one again.
On the near circle, Pott trying
like
to move
see
it ahead.
That contagious energy from a goal. That's good.
Down the far boards,
There's a back check
Boyko moves
by
it
Sam.
back, trying to get it to Howell. Now Bucksbaum with it. Bucksbaum down the near boards. Bucksbaum feeds it ahead. Here comes Carr. Carr racing ahead with it. Carr sends it in. That intercepted right in the slot. Heather Lamb trying to feed it out. Gets it over to Hornstra. Hornstra backhands it. Intercepted by Bucksbaum. She puts it off of the near boards. Racing over, trying to get it is Lindahl. Lindahl trying to keep it in. Lindahl and Heather Lamb. Here comes Carr.
One-on-one.
Coming in. That knock back to Lindahl. Back to Carr. Oh, she just missed.
What a
Couple inches
pass
to the
from
far
Julia.
side. Yeah, absolutely.
She had the post.
Holding it in. Lindahl outside the far circle. Lindahl trying to get into the slot.
There,
Lindahl
Sam
backhand
again.
down in
She
front.
knocked her net
Oh,
off.
that got caught in the skates and covered up in
Should
the net.
be in their zone. She knocked it off.
Yes.
And they shouldn't be allowed to. Yeah, maybe they're allowed to change. I don't know. I guess a goalie knocking it off.
It didn't look like an egregious.
No, she did it with a
was just
stick.
trying to get into
Hopefully
position.
lost an edge.
Yeah.
Oh,
Otherwise, Carr
man.
he got caught in her skates and she just couldn't find it. It's got to be a horrible feeling there.
Well, you're getting hammered the whole time too, and you're in tight. So
Malashevsky in to take the face-off in the near face-off circle. Lindahl top, back to Izzy German
Nice.
now. High slot, Katie German tipped by Swanson and a good glove save by Kachuk. 1-0, Michigan with the lead. 11:55 left to go here in the second. Final regular season game. You have the University president here. You got the playoffs coming up. You're probably going to face this team. There's a lot of pressure on this team. As they have fired Dixon trying to get it out.
we
Held
go.
in. Here comes Malashevsky with that shot.
Oh, they're going
Glove
for high
save.
glove.
Swanson trying to get to it. That back. Now Yaremko has it. And all the way back. And that should be icing. And it will be. 11:36 left to go here in the second.
Well, whatever they said worked, because we're already have more shots in the second period than we did in the whole first.
Face-off in the near face-off circle. Gordon in to take the face-off. Hansen to the left. Lazar to the right. As that back to Hansen. Hansen moves it high. Slot is trying to fire it back deep as was Ceballos. In along the end boards. Gordon trying to dig it out of there. Lazar, Dixon back there as well as Tonello, all trying to lever it off of the boards.
I don't understand why Lake State wants to tie it up back there every time.
And moved around, and Gustafson
Nice pinch,
with it.
nice
Gustafson
pinch.
holding it in, and that intercepted, lifted.
Nice pinch.
Good
again.
job.
Here we
Hansen
go. She's
has
going
it.
to rip
Hansen
it again.
trying to move in. Hansen. Good defense back there by Lake State, not allowing her to get the centering attempt. Coming down the far boards. Add over to Tonello. Tonello through center ice. Tonello gains his own. Tonello trying to fire it. That was knocked by Gustafson. Knocked her stick, the puck into the near corner. Trying to move it over to Ackroyd. Ackroyd has it outside the near circle. Ackroyd Back to Adams at the near point. Adams moves it back behind the
Take
goal.
those all
Gustafson
day.
trying to knock it away. The puck in there. Gordon in along the end boards and into the near corner. Sent back to the near point to Adams. Adams with a shot. That
nice
deflected
tip.
out in front. Tonello into the near corner. Tonello
Okay, we
outside
gotta
the near circle,
clear the
cycles
zone.
it back. Sarah
coming
Lamb
in.
back
There she is.
behind, and
She
Ponnet
came
trying
in.
to come in and cover it up. As boy, that was well set up. That was a good play as they moved it right out in front.
Got to have heads on a swivel to watch that person breaking in from the point like that. That's a set play, and she was there. Thankfully, we have Sandy holding the line.
I believe that was Gibbs poking away at it there. Brazow in to take the face off. Matthews on the other side. Puck shot from the circle back into the near corner, pulling it down the near boards. Carr puts it into the near corner. Now that's sent back by Kolwich over to Bucksbaum in the far corner, trying to avoid Brazow. And puck right at the far point, pile up there, trying to knock it away. Then loose, trying to dig it off the board. Sarah Lamb had it. That fired all the way around to Kolwich in the near corner. Kolwich gets it back to the near point, had held in there. Sent back deep by McCoy into the far corner. Here comes Bucksbaum. Bucksbaum ahead to Simmer. Knocked down by Sarah Lamb. Bucksbaum has it on the far side, and Simmer really slow to get up. Her stick is just on her back. As she is slow to get up, Carr comes over. She's still working on getting to her feet. Now she'll head off the ice as
I wonder if that's Cabela reffing this. Could be.
Simmer off onto the bench, and we hope she'll be all right.
Has the mannerisms, Danny.
And not only do you know all the players, you know the coach or the refs as well.
That's what happens when you're my age and you've been playing hockey your whole life.
All the way
Here
back.
we go. Here we go. Here we
Slips
go.
past Book. Hung trying to get to it. That fired right back in by Book. Lakers have to clear the zone. The puck underneath the near circle. Coming ahead with it. Here comes Katie German through traffic. Katie German moves it off of the far boards over to Hung. Hung brings it ahead.
Good
Hung trying to
play.
get it to Cummings. The puck right back behind in along the near
Nice.
boards.
Look at that. She
And
beat her too on the forecheck.
Picked up. Cummings has
Put
it.
it on
Cummings
net. Put it on
into
net.
the slot
Woo!
shot, and that's sticked away by Kachuk into the far corner. Back to the far point. Held in there by Katie German. Trying to get it back over. Now into the far corner. Ferris trying to dig it out of there.
Casey Cummins is bringing some nice pressure.
Absolutely. Hung trying to get to it. Here comes Katie German trying to get to Cummings, and that just off of her stick. In along the end boards, Ferris trying to move it out in front. Here comes Hung. Hung trying to move it, just a little miscommunication as she tried to fire it where Cummings was. Now
Yes, Izzy, that's the
German,
shot I
that
requested.
went off of a
That's what we need, though.
right off
there.
of a skate, is able to hold it in. Katie German into the far corner.
He's gonna send it.
Brazow with it. Brazow trying to knock it down the far boards. Brazow and moved ahead, tipped right to center ice, intercepted by Katie German. Michigan touches up and fired it right back in. That tip by Book covered up, and Kachuk will freeze it there.
Great to see Izzy take that shot. One of those will go. I promise her.
1-0 Michigan with the lead. 8:30 left to go here in the second.
Taking charge on shots this period, Mark.
That's a good thing to see. Not letting up on defense, but getting some shots on goal. Malashevsky in to take the face off. As Mikolo on the other side, that fired down the far boards. Here comes Lakers.
There we go. We're back checking. Julia
As they
caught
dump
her.
it all the way back.
Forced her to dump it in. That's great.
Ceballos moves it outside the far circle. Mikolo with it. Now that's sent
Tip.
ahead to the far point. Trying to tip that away was off and saved. As Lindahl trying to get it at the far point. Heather Lamb holding it in. And
Just a bouncy puck. Those are dangerous. Good to see him put it on net.
8:08 left to go here in the second. 1-0 Michigan with the lead.
Looked like Jesse's back in the lineup.
That is good to see. We don't want to see any of these players injured coming down the far boards. Again, I think it was Dixon yesterday who was a little
Yeah, numerous times.
yeah, a couple times she was shaken up, and we're glad to see she's all right. Back behind, Ceballos has it into the far corner, moves ahead to Lindahl. Lindahl trying to get it out of the zone, held in, and that deflected by Malashevsky. Now Lindahl again trying to get it out.
Okay, we got to go to the other side. There we go.
It's a brick wall over there by the
there's
Lakers.
8 people there. Let's
Here
go the
comes
other way.
Swanson. Backhands
Nice.
it ahead to Malashevsky. Malashevsky gains the zone, coming in. Malashevsky with that shot and a good blocker save
that
by
she had-
Kachuk
She had
by
trouble with that
millimeters.
one.
Yeah. and move down the far boards. Here comes Pop. Pop trying to feed it
Nice.
ahead.
Look
Pop
at that back check.
back now. Malashevsky into the slot, moves it into the near corner. Malashevsky chases it back. Now Flazar coming back to try and provide pressure. Back in along the near boards. Malashevsky has a break and stick. Yep.
Oh, Jesus.
She's skating over without it. That's not that's not cheap.
No.
Hansen coming in. Hansen
Here we
moves
go.
it over. There's Gordon with a shot.
For the
Oh,
pipe.
I thought that went in. Boy, that deflected off the pipe. Beautiful job. Here comes Hansen. Moves it over onto the far circle. Gordon gets it outside the far circle. Moves it back to the far point. Now here comes Gustafson, top of the near circle. Puck wouldn't settle down, but a whistle and a
Got a
hooking
hook.
call.
Wow, we don't see many broken sticks.
Indeed.
Trips will probably give me that so I can make a ice scraper for the seniors.
Nice. As into the box goes Johnson for hooking. You made one of those Adirondack chairs out of hockey sticks too? 2
of them, very
Nice.
nice ones, but I got to use wooden ones for that. You can't do it with the way I do it.
With carbon fiber?
With the new sticks. These are good. The new ones are good for canes and ice scrapers.
Perfect. Coming back behind. Coming outside, coming down the far side is Katie German. There's another stick that just not broken, but picked up by Tonello. Coming down the far side now into the zone, and they have to reset offsides. That would be a fantastic ice scraper for the car. Get a nice stick. You can reach all the way across the windshield. Oh, those are beautiful. Those are absolutely beautiful.
70 sticks a chair.
70 sticks for an ad. That is impressive.
And about 40 hours of work.
Wow.
There's very few screws. Everything's dadoed and made into planking. Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant. Lindahl, top of the near circle. Lindahl, high slot. Now gets it back. Lindahl. And fires it underneath the near circle, trying to work.
Look at that.
Way
Look at
in.
that.
Oh,
yes.
In front and it goes in.
Yes,
As
that's
it is
what we
a
work
goal.
on so much.
As it popped up and deflected in, and that's a power play goal for the Wolverines.
That was not pretty, but it's exactly what we want. That person sneaking in from the backside and putting it on net.
Swanson credited with the goal. It's
Good for her.
6:06.
Good for her. It's been a little dry lately. Good for her.
As that was good, being in the right place, making sure everything.
When they do what we do at practice and it works in a game, then they really buy in.
Absolutely.
Nice play.
Malashevsky gets the assist.
Okay, nobody's happy here, guys. Let's finish this thing.
2-0, Michigan with the lead, but Lakers are going to continue to play hard
here we come
as
right
they
here.
come right into the zone. Heather Lamb backhands it
nice
into the
play
far corner.
by Julia to cover that forward coming in late because she was coming alone.
Tonello has it in the far corner, trying to get it over. That loose in the slot, pulled down the near boards. Here comes Michigan right through center, trying to get to Lindahl. That pulled by Ackroyd the other direction. Ackroyd gains the zone. Ackroyd outside the far circle.
Whoa, she's going to get a check there.
Yeah, that'll get an illegal body check. This is a non-checking league.
Kelsey fired up after her goal.
It would have been a perfect body check for a checking league, but
just angled her off a little hard. Ooh, this is tough.
5:34 now. Michigan has the 2-goal lead, but
now they got to kill one.
Indeed. They called hooking. Interesting.
Yeah, well, it's, that's.
You end up in the box for whatever reason.
You hooked her with your whole body against the boards.
And comes right back Izzy German into the near corner, trying to avoid Yaremko. It's fired all the way back deep. They're able to skip past a couple players. Hornstra picks it up in the near corner. Hornstra moving it around and right back behind the goal. Now gathered up. Here comes the Lakers down the near boards as Brazow has it over center. Brazow moves it over to Yaremko. Yaremko into the slot. That's a shot knocked down out in front, trying to cover it up. There is. And a little pushing and shoving afterwards as Matthews gets tied up down there with Gibbs.
They do go to the net hard. I got to tell you, that they're not shooting. They're pushing the puck in with the snowplow.
As they really, right after that goal on this power play, Lakers showing they have a lot of energy and a lot of focus left in this game.
Yeah, you know what? They don't get down. They respond. You gotta commend that.
Really respect that. It's easy to let momentum get to you. Heather Lamb, top of the near circle, fires it. That off to wide side. Now picked up by Hornstra into the far corner. Hornstra fires it out in front, trying to get to Gibbs. That knocked away. Lindahl fires it all the way down the ice. That stopped as Tkachuk stops it. Heather Lamb goes back to get it. Heather Lamb back behind her own goal. Leaves it for Yaremko. Yaremko coming down the near side.
She'd
Yaremko.
like to do it all herself. Got to
she
angle
has
her.
speed. Yaremko gains the zone, comes high slot, moves it over onto the far circle. Shot there, getting a piece of it. A good job by Ponith. Back to Heather Lamb at the high slot. Heather Lamb shot that tipped back
They are not
outside
shy
the far
about
circle.
shooting.
Hornstra back to.
There we go.
Oh,
we got a chance for a breakaway here.
Racing ahead. Malashevsky trying to get to it. Heather Lamb with good effort getting to it first. As again, this Laker team is really good at getting to those loose pucks. Brought ahead, now racing in. Here comes Lindahl, and that covered up by Tkachuk. You call those in basketball hustle points, diving for the loose ball and getting all those loose items, and the Lakers really go after those hustle points here on the ice.
I think if Emily had to do that again, she'd take her on her backside, so she had to control on her backhand.
Indeed.
She had to try to make that turn on it rather than on her forehand. That's a little subtle thing you teach to have the advantage.
Coming down the far boards, Dixon moves it back to Pot. Pot in the far corner. Pot bringing it down the far boards. Pot over on blue line. Pot over center ice, racing in. Pot, good job by Katie German to poke check that away. And lifted all the way down the ice. 6 seconds left in the power play. 2-0 Michigan with the lead. 3:36 left to go. But again, Michigan had the 2-0 lead on Dearborn 2 nights ago.
Oh, sure, you had to bring that up.
Just making sure no one forgets that it's still a big game. Most importantly,
especially
our players.
the color. Yeah, especially why you got a direct line. Are they listening? Because I got a lot to say.
That shot, good
nice
job.
save.
Saved by Ponith, back behind it, covered up. .3:14 left to go here in the second. 2-0, Michigan with the lead. And
Even up now. That's good. Good kill. Build off the kill. Let's finish this period. It's huge.
Gordon puts it into the near corner, trying to move it ahead as Gustafson back to the near point, holding it in there as the Lakers, trying to chip it away again. That gets out as Dixon has it at her own blue line. Cross ice as Lazar was looking to steal that one away. Fired back deep by Howe as that comes back, right back behind the Michigan goal. And along the near boards, Hansen has it, held in by Adams. Bouncing puck, wouldn't settle down for anyone. Hansen trying to pull it away. Now Hansen gets ahead to Flazar. Flazar
No,
trying
the
to
other
move
way.
it back.
There you go.
Now racing ahead. Here comes Gustafson. Gustafson
Smart
fires
play,
it back
Keegan.
deep.
Smart play.
Outside the far circle, Adams trying to get to it. That slips outside. Trying to get to it is Gordon. Gordon
Yep, Menominee all over
battling
him.
versus McColo. Now Oakes pulls it away. Oakes heads
Catch
up.
her, Lucy. Catch her. There you go. That's what a
Knocked
back check
away.
is right there.
Now trying to fire it in as Gordon pulled back and sent back to the defender. Heather Lamb brings it ahead. Down the near boards. Knocked down to McColo. McColo fires it in. Into the slot. Ricocheted off the far boards. Michigan sends it back. Adams has it in her own zone. Lake Superior setting things up. Down the near boards. Here comes Johnson. Johnson gets it ahead to McColo. McColo outside the near circle. Fires it. That stick. And
That was a little tricky on the post.
yeah, Poneth's trying to just stick it back, and it kind of deflected back towards her. 1 minute 58 seconds left to go here in the second. 2-0. Michigan with the lead.
Finish strong. Finish strong.
Well, whoever gets this next goal, that is going to be huge. Michigan would like to
Send a message
keep
with the
the
next one.
pressure
That's
on,
for sure.
and Lake State would like to cut that lead all the way in along the far boards. Lindahl trying to get to it, trying to chip away at it as that's caught in a pair of skates. Still trying to get it out of the way. Good job by
Far
Johnson
side.
to hold
There you
it
go.
in.
Good.
Over to Swanson.
There
Swanson
she
brings
is.
that.
There-
Swanson trying to get it to Lindahl.
But it's
That
not gonna be
just
icing.
off of her stick.
They-
Lindahl back behind, moves it outside the near circle. That picked up Izzy
There,
German
here we go.
into Malashevsky.
Oh.
Oh, that deflected back. That was a really good defensive play back there. I believe that was that was Brazow who made it. And knocked down by Hornstra. Picked up right back behind the goal. Now Heather Lamb has it there. Heather Lamb underneath the near circle. Heather Lamb
Don't let her
brings it
carry
ahead.
it out, guys.
She fires it, then brought all the way back to the blue line as that knocked away. Good
Oh,
job
nice.
by Katie German to reset. As that off of a skate
Here we go.
of Swanson coming in, top of the far circle, Lindahl. Lindahl with a shot that goes wide.
Tired. Into
In
the
along
shift.
the near boards.
Oh, she didn't hit the lead.
Brought ahead by Sarah Lamb, knocked down. Now Matthews fires it back deep as it's 54 seconds left to go here in the second period. 2-0, Michigan with the lead.
Tess
Carr
with a
in the
great
near
play.
corner.
Here we go. Oh,
Trying to fire it out in front. There's a shot
On
and
the
a
backhand,
save.
it's still there.
Knocked
Oh,
down
it's
and
in.
It went in.
No, I didn't hear a whistle.
I
Come
didn't
on,
hear a whistle.
Danny.
Oh, the net is off of its
Oh,
moorings.
jeez.
Yeah, the net
and
came off.
And actually, the way that net's off, it could be advantageous to score in that goal.
Yeah, and it came in from that side too.
Yeah,
so
yeah. I didn't notice
it
that.
would have been really nice to have it, but, and I don't know who knocked that off. If it was the defender, there was a scramble
it
over
was
there.
Mayhem in front.
For
Some nice plays to slide it across to open bodies.
42.9 seconds left to go. Into the far corner, Dixon trying to ride it around the glass, trying to get it outside. That picked up, Carr trying to move it to it. Knocked down back there by Adams, coming down the far side, Tonello, but there is a high stick called.
On who? Oh. I can tell. Is that Dixon?
Yes, it is. Yep.
She is a character.
Lots of energy,
I did not see the play, but looking on the ice, you could kind of tell who it was on.
She definitely pled her case to the official, and
Yeah.
that puck, Lindahl has it. Lindahl trying to keep it in. Lindahl in along the near boards, trying to get it away from Jaremko. Jaremko loses her stick as that's back behind.
Oh, that's nice. We'll take him without a stick.
And Malashevsky over to Lindahl. Lindahl
Take
top
it,
of the
take
near
it, take
circle.
it.
Lindahl feeds it. Is that just off on the far circle? Swanson with it there. 14 seconds left to go. Cummings trying to pull it away. That puck back to the far point.
You got a stick you got to watch out for.
Moves down. Bucksbaum trying to get into the slot over to Lindahl.
Oh,
Backhanded
nice save.
shot. Good
There's
save
the
by
front.
Kachuk.
There.
Out
Oh.
in front. Swanson tried to move it to Malashevsky.
Oh,
Wouldn't settle down.
almost.
Oh, boy. Good defense by the Lakers there because we had an onslaught and Lakers able to keep us off the board. Oh,
Dixon
boy.
even comes out of the box, not feeling any shame, feeling unjust.
Indeed.
Injustice. Explaining to her coach, and he points to the locker room.
She is a good defender and a spark plug back there, and has really made life tough on Michigan.
And she's doesn't appear to be very tall either, very big.
No, but she lets her physicality be known out there.
Yeah.
As Michigan will have, they're going to have to reset the power play because it's
It was
counting
127, I think, when 127, 129, something like that left in the power play.
So they'll reset that as, I should know, I wrote down when we got the power play, which was 33.7 seconds. So there you go.
It's a lot of math.
So 1 minute 127.3 left on that power play.
0.3. Okay. All right, you're showing off now. That was a good period. I don't know what they said or what got through to them, or I don't know if a captain or president or something said something, but that's the way I'd like to see us play every period, a little better.
So it was a goal at 13:39 as that was Hansen, set up by Flazar, and a goal at 6:10 as it was Swanson put in, set up by Malashevsky. And that was the scoring in that period. What does Michigan have to do to win this third period and make sure that they don't let?
Well, we doubled up their shots. They had 10, we had 20. Anytime I can get 20 shots in a period, I'll take that because it's got to be in their end. And it shows a certain amount of energy. I also love the way we didn't get too happy. We continued the back check. We continued to do the simple things. And it looks like we're really looking for people open in front. So we're not just taking one shot or shooting wide. We're walking in, taking what they give us, and then trying to slide it to somebody across. And that's given us opportunities. So and playing smart in our end, getting it out of our end. You're not going to score on Sandy from outside the blue line.
Not at all. It's Ponit has been fantastic. She's stolen a couple away. Kachuk has been great on the other side. It has been a
30,
battle.
we've had 30 shots already through 2 periods. So.
So we'll see what happens as we will step away and play a little bit of the Michigan Marching Band. You know it's the second intermission, so you know what time it is. It's time for I Can't Turn You Loose.
Well, good afternoon and welcome once again to the Michigan Amphitheater. You know, so much of the music we hear today is this pre-programmed electronic disco. You never get a chance to hear master bluesmen practicing their craft. By the year 2006, the music now known as the blues will exist only in the classical record department of your local public library. And so, this afternoon, while we still can, let us welcome from Ann Arbor, Michigan, Gary Lewis and his blues band. Gary Lewis and his blues band.
As we are at here, the second intermission, 2-0 Michigan with the lead. We want to thank the Michigan podcast. They came up and said hello and gave us some really nice compliments, and that was fantastic. They do a great job. They were at the women's basketball game. They caught the end of the tennis game, went home, let the dog out, that came here. That's dedication.
And put on a women's hockey shirt.
Oh, yeah, they are outstanding at supporting.
Wonderful.
There's so many wonderful, amazing women athletes at this university, and they support all of them. And we can't give enough. If you got a chance, go do a search on your favorite podcast platform, Michigan Podcast. They'll have all sorts of different people. A couple times a year they have the hockey players on, and they're great. They were at the Buddies fundraiser,
Yep.
and we were just very
Met 'em
grateful
there.
for them.
Yeah. And, they brought up the word varsity.
They did.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
Lo and behold.
Fingers crossed.
And if I got $1 for every time somebody said, ask me about varsity or why we're not varsity or this and that, I could retire again.
It's an opportunity. There is a need for D1 varsity hockey in this state, a heavy need. Players are going out. Really talented players have to go to other states to play. And Michigan would be perfect to have one, and then you would see people like Lake Superior, Michigan State, following suit. And, just takes one. And we would love to see Michigan be that one and be a trailblazer. We'd also really like to see them win this game here. As we know, Lake Superior is going to give it everything they got this period.
They're going to come out churning.
Bucksbaum has it as Michigan on the power play for the next minute, 18 seconds.
Not at center ice.
Swanson feeds it ahead. That banked all the way back as Pott has it.
Looks
Pott
pretty,
trying to
looks
fire
pretty
it.
Good, too.
Good job to hold it in by Malashevsky on the far circle. That lifted all the way down the ice. That will be cleared. 1937. That's a shot on goal as it's sent ahead. Pott intercepting at the far point.
She's shorthanded,
Moves it
too.
into the far corner. They had a shorthanded goal at Lake State versus us and one yesterday, so that it would not be how you want to.
Man advantage. We got to have two people on the puck. They know that.
And moved it along the near boards as they have three players back providing pressure. Here comes Swanson. Top of the near circle. Swanson.
Rip it.
Fires it, and what a glove save. Popped out the glove
she
and got
got
it
all
back.
of
That
yeah.
was impressive. 35 seconds left to go. 19:08 left in the third.
Kelsey can rip it. That was a good rip right on the post. She's going to feel that in that glove.
Good job by Kachuk. She has been fantastic. Face-off in the near face-off circle. Gordon in to take the face-off.
Great on draws. Let's get it up to the point. Quarterback it from there.
Battling back there. I believe that was Oaks on the other side. Back to Katie German. Katie German moves
go.
it top of the
Sam.
near circle for Carr. Carr with a shot, and good glove save.
They're going to wear that glove out, man.
Top right-hand corner. They saw something glove side high, it looks like, because they're shooting that side.
Now go to the blocker side. She's going to be surprised.
Gordon trying to get to it. That put
Nice.
back to the
Win
near
a
point to
draw.
Katie German. Katie German high slot. Katie German moves. Intercepted, but grabbed by Carr. Carr puts it into the near corner. That was a good play by Heather Lamb.
Trying
Carr
to go backside.
outside the near circle, moves it high slot for Katie German. Katie German, that intercepted, knocked down. Good block out there by Johnson, picked up by Oaks. Oaks feeds it all the way down. That will kill off the penalty as it is now expired, and the Lakers back to full strength. Puck back. Adams has it back behind her own goal. Adams feeding it down. Intercepted by Carr. Carr with the blast. That got knocked back. Here comes Tonello down the far boards. Tonello over her own blue line. Tonello gains the zone outside
Smoking.
the far circle. Tonello poked back by Gustafson. Gustafson trying to pull it away. Out in front. Knocked down. Covered up by Poneth.
Good job of Sandy to protect herself with her stick.
Absolutely.
That play with Carr, she's got that tendency to move the position of the puck just a hair to change the angle like Austin Matthews does.
Yeah.
And that is so tough on a goalie, and she's so good at doing it, and then she rips it quick.
She has a lot of skill, and first year with the team, freshman. Again, as Coach and I were talking at the coaches show, very similar to Lindahl. We're halfway through the season. Lindahl came
Figured
to
it out.
light, and Carr has done the same thing halfway through the season.
Oh,
That brought ahead down the far boards. Here comes Michigan trying to move it over to Malashevsky. That pulled in the far side. Here comes Lindahl. Lindahl over to Malashevsky in the slot. That blocked away by Ackroyd. Back into the neutral zone trying to swing it over is Swanson. Swanson, top of the far circle. That poked away. Back to the near point. Lindahl with it. Lindahl gets it into the slot.
Spot.
That moved away by
There it is.
Adams. Adams underneath the far circle feeds it back.
Nobody
Kolwich
there.
trying to take it back at the far point. Knocked down by Tonello. Tonello down the far boards, backhands it. Kolwich trying to fire it. Adams has it underneath the far circle. Ricochets it back to Yaremko. The
Put it on
Flazar
net, Kara.
back over to Kolwich. That's sent right back behind. Picked up.
Good forecheck.
Flazar in the far corner.
She's
Flazar
looking for
moves it
somebody.
back.
Here we go.
Kolwich, that got blocked out in front. Another block shot by these Lakers. Flazar has it outside the far circle. In along the boards,
give
trying
and
to get
go
it
and look at
Here
back
comes
door
Buxbaum.
here. Yes!
One shot in the
Yes!
door. That went off of, I think, the defender's stick.
Yeah, that was a
Buxbaum
good
with
play,
a
though.
blast. Yeah, and that just got redirected in front, so Kachuk couldn't see it.
That's why you put it on net. I mean, they kept
Yeah.
trying to work the back door. Everybody was scrambling, and then what came out to the point, and rather than not taking the shot, put it on net. Bingo. Bingo, bango, 3.
I believe that was Buxbaum. I don't think another Wolverine got a stick on it.
I think I agreed, and I didn't see the handshakes, the high fives to know for sure, but I'm pretty sure.
That was always good to get extra. It indeed was Buxbaum. As pulling it down the far boards, Hansen gets it over to Gordon. Always love to get a little goal from the Blue Liners.
Oh, yeah. That's huge.
Coming down the near boards, here comes Brazow. Brazow has it pulled away by Hansen, knocked but held in by Heather Lamb. Heather Lamb, top of the high slot. Heather Lamb, top of the far circle, poked away by Hansen.
Okay, she's got an
coming
open
ahead.
person.
Hansen moves it over to
Yes.
Flazar.
Oh.
Flazar gains in and just off of the tip of her stick. Good defense by the Lakers as they fire it back. That pulled away. Ooh, speaking of good defense, Kolwich just steals it away. Moves it over to Carr. Carr gains his own. Carr, high slot. Carr with a shot and a glove save by Kachuk.
Love it. I love it. She's got hands.
She is something else. And to think that a lot of our scorers are sophomores and freshmen.
Yeah. Huge.
It's huge. Of course, big senior contribution. Matthews taking it. That sent all the way down the ice.
Should be
And
icing.
should be icing indeed. Howe trying to get to it, but couldn't quite get there fast enough. 16-13 left to go here in the third. 3-0 Michigan with the lead.
If that is, in fact, Danny Cabello there, which looks like he is because he's talking to the coach, holding him off on the change, shout out to him for all his years, and he's the one that puts our referees package together for these games. He's
Nice. Oh, that tipped
That's
out in
close.
front. That in along the glass. That was a beautiful opportunity. That comes at the near point. Coming ahead with it. Here comes Hornstra.
3-on-2.
Gains his own top of the near circle. Hornstra goes back behind the goal. Hornstra trying to wrap around attempt and Ponnet with the save.
I like seeing people tying people up. Katie had her person that it could have come out on the wraparound tied right up. She was not doing anything.
15:54 left to go here in the third. 3-0 Michigan with the lead. Face off to Ponet's left in the far face-off circle. Tonello in to take the face-off for the Lakers. Into the far corner. Gustafson moves it around. Here comes Lindahl. Lindahl trying to get it out of the zone. That's sent right back. Tipped away from Tonello. That comes back into the neutral zone. Dixon chases it back. Dixon on the near circle. Dixon spins back over with it. That comes back to the near point. Able to hold it in is Malashevsky. Dixon into the near corner with it. She swings it all the way around for Adams in the far corner. Trying to pull that back. Tipped back to Malashevsky. Malashevsky into the far corner. That pulled away. Coming down the near boards. That back
Tough
to the near
pass.
point. Cevallos trying to hold it in.
Uh-oh.
As battle for it as one of the Lakers are down on the ice as they're trying to.
Yeah, that was classy. We didn't poke at it when it was under.
Yeah, Swanson was trying to hold position, but not poke at Tonello. And it was good that the officials blew it dead a little quicker on that one. That's got to be scary to be down in the pile with the puck underneath you and people wanted to poke at it.
Yeah, at some point you wonder whether you're going to get a spearing penalty because you're working at the puck under somebody.
Yeah. In along the near boards, that fired all the way back to center ice, picked up by Kolwich. Kolwich ahead. Here
Nice
comes
pass.
Hansen. Hansen comes in. Hansen feeds it around the boards. Flazar chases it back behind, trying to get to it. And comes outside the near circle. Aykroyd with it, but Gordon puts it right back behind the goal.
Make him bring it the distance.
Adams picks it up down the far boards, lifts it all the way down the ice. That picked up, moved over to Bucksbaum at the blue line. Bucksbaum with that third goal for Michigan. Huge goal coming in. Here comes Flazar on the near
Lucy.
circle. Flazar.
Oh, right
Center
there, right there,
attempt,
right
and Hansen had just gotten wide. That poked all the way back, coming ahead. Here comes Aykroyd. Aykroyd over center ice.
Oh.
Aykroyd moves it over to
Got a
Yaremko.
slash.
Yaremko pulls it back, but Michigan will be on the penalty kill here.
Yeah. That was a nice play. Lucy would have pulled up before the end of the goal line there, but she was ridden out of the scoring zone by a defender. Otherwise, we teach them not to go back there if their pass is coming across, because it could sit there like it did. That's going to be a slash for sure. I'm not sure on who. Oh, Lucy Hansen
Hansen picks up the slash. Michigan shorthanded.
back checking hard.
And again, you do not want to give this Lakers team any sort of light
No.
as they move it back to the far point. Heather Lamb with it. Heather Lamb shot from the high
Ooh.
spot, and it goes in. And just after I said that, I cursed him. And Heather Lamb with a good shot that got deflected out in front.
Tipped
and
right
tipped
off
out in front.
Sandy's toe.
As they're going to say that I think going through the line, Gibbs, as they saying Gibbs got that one, looks like it. So Gibbs must have tipped it out in front. As Heather Lamb shot that originally, that at 14-22. We're back to a 2-goal lead.
That's only their second shot of the period.
As that one deflected, now coming ahead, Gibbs tries to fire it back deep.
You've got to be smart about these penalties.
Zach coming around, right back behind. Izzy German feeds it back to the
Nice.
far point. Now coming
Yeah.
ahead with it, just missed Lindahl. That goes all the way back. Heather Lamb trying
Nice.
to get to it, but it is icing. That'll head back into Michigan zone. 14:01. It is 3-1. Lakers with a little momentum. They cut the lead down to 2. As face-off in the far face-off circle. Pott in to take the face-off for the Lakers. Power play goal for the Lakers as well. Izzy German back behind. Izzy German ridden off the puck. That picked up by Malashevsky down the far boards.
Nice.
Moving it over, trying to get it to Lindahl. Picked up and fired in as Heather Lamb had it. That intercepted. Spinning with it is Katie German.
Okay,
Katie
you
German
got too
down the
many.
near board. Trying to slip it out of the zone. That poked right back, and that comes back into the neutral zone.
Got
Pott
fortunate
races
there.
back to get it. Pott moves it over. Heather Lamb.
Oh, man,
Oh,
we can't leave somebody
beautiful
that
feed
open over
to
there.
McCullough in a high rising shot just over the crossbar. Outside the near circle.
Good play by Sandy not to go down on that high shot.
And loose, holding it in, Heather Lamb. As now it comes all the way back out to center. Pott has it at center, moves it over, picked up by Swanson. Swanson feeds it all the way down the ice. That is icing as it was just
my,
from the
was
wrong
that
side of center.
close.
Yeah,
You gotta be kidding.
she needed to take one more step. 13-12 left to go here in the third. Michigan can't change on that because it's icing.
Yeah, they wanted to too, and I'll tell you what, the Lakers have got a little juice going now because of that goal. They're keeping it in our end, which is not a good thing.
Face off in the far face off circle. Malashevsky in to take the face off versus Yaremko. And puck right back behind the goal. Katie German has it down the near boards, trying to bank it ahead. And pulled by Ferris. Ferris down the near boards. Ferris fires it deep into the zone.
Yeah, you got to switch, change now.
Into the far corner with it is Dixon. Dixon
Here we
to
go.
the blue line. Intercepted, fired into the near corner by Gordon. Picked up there by Adams. Adams trying to dig it out of the corner. Quartet there is Katie German trying to help out, trying to pull it in.
Well,
No, that's Ferris.
You know,
Excuse me.
we're up 3-1. Let them sit it there with it.
Trying to, again, dig it out. That comes right back behind Tonello down the far boards. Tonello trying to feed it into the neutral zone ahead. That ricochet by Aykroyd. Racing back to get it. Gustafson puts it back, but Tonello intercepts. Tonello couldn't get everything on that puck. Right back behind the goal. Pulled underneath the near circle. Banked ahead. Here comes Michigan down the near
Got
boards.
Maddie.
And into the neutral zone, controlled by
Here we go.
Yaremko. Fired
Good
back
play.
deep by Ferris as now the line change happens. Adams in along the far boards for Lake State. Gordon trying to peel it away. Now Tonello, and off of one of her fellow
Manami
Lakers.
is everywhere.
Absolutely. Carr trying to pull
Water
it
bug.
away. Simmer trying to dig in there.
Give it to Sam. Give it to Sam.
And still trying to pull it out of there. 11:52 left to go
We'll sit
as
there
that
all day,
pulls
guys.
away. That pulls back to the far point. Intercepted, knocked down right in the slot. Pulled in. Here comes the Lakers down the near boards. Dixon has it through center. Dixon gains his zone. Top of the near circle. Shot there.
Uh-oh.
Saved
Rebound.
by Poneth. Knocked away. Loose.
Look at that. Dixon
And
go to the net. Man, she's got her stick halfway through that pad.
as the net came off of the moorings, as Poneth was kind of keeping it out and shoved into the net. So we'll get that reset. 11:36 left to go here in the third. 3-1 Michigan with the lead. Face off on the near face off circle. That is to the right of Poneth. Brazow in there to take the face off versus Malashevsky. Back and along the near boards, picked up into the near corner. Sarah Lamb feeds it around now. Kolwich has it outside the far circle. Kolwich lifts it down the ice. Trying to race ahead.
Look
is
at far
Swanson.
side.
Swanson has it. Swanson, there's a shot that just misses. Back to the near point, able to hold it in his Bucks bomb. Loose top of the near circle. Here comes Lindahl. Lindahl moves it into the near corner. Lindahl out in
Right
front.
there,
trying
right
to
there,
get
it's right
to it.
there.
Swanson and poking away.
Shoot it.
Here comes
Shoot it,
Kolwich.
Kara.
Kolwich
Come on.
trying to fire it. That went off of Sarah Lamb. Kolwich trying to get it into the far corner. Now pulled away.
She's got the
There's
longest stick in the
Lindahl with
world.
a shot that got knocked down into the far corner. Pulled away as Brazow moves it outside the near circle. Gathered up there by Johnson. Johnson trying to get it ahead. Here comes Heather Lamb. Heather Lamb through
3
center.
on
Heather
2.
Lamb gains the zone. Moves it over to Sarah Lamb. Sarah Lamb on the near circle. Centering
power
attempt.
move. Power move. People
And
there.
Hornstra back behind the goal from the near side to the far side to the near side. Hornstra top of the near circle. Hornstra
Step
comes
out,
over
step
top of the
out.
far circle. Hornstra spinning across the ice. That went
No.
off of a skate. There's a shot that got deflected. Lindahl has it on the near circle. Lindahl moves it ahead. Cross ice pass that intercepted. Here comes the Lakers right back in.
Oh,
Poked away. Here
Julia's
comes
tired. See
Lindahl
what she's
one-on-one.
got, one-on-one.
Lindahl comes over onto the near circle. Lindahl. Wide angle
There.
shot. and
Oh,
it
nice
just wouldn't
play.
settle down for Malashevsky.
What a beautiful
And she
play.
was right there, stick on the ice, and it just wouldn't settle down.
She was a little tied up, too. Yep, there we
Malashevsky
go.
out there and covered up. 10:07 left to go here in the third. 3-1 Michigan with the lead. But those Lakers, they're not giving up. They're keeping the pressure on the Maize and Blue.
Yeah.
Gordon in to take the face-off in the near face-off circle. Pot on the other side. 10:06 left to go into the near corner. Now down the near boards, gathered up by Katie German. She moves it across to Izzy German. Izzy German down the far boards.
Nice play.
Slips it ahead to slips ahead to Hansen. Flazar trying to get to it. Dixon into the far corner. Rims it all the way around outside the near circle. That back into the neutral zone. Katie German has it. Trying to avoid pressure by Howe. Down the far boards it goes. Now trying to get it to
Yep, it's
Flazar.
there.
That off
Ooh.
the near circle. Again, poor official took that off of the shin, I believe. Flazar moves it back over to Gordon.
Walk in,
Gordon
walk in, walk in, walk in. There you go, back
centering
door.
over to
Oh.
Hansen. Hansen couldn't get the puck to settle down on that far circle.
There,
There's
one
a
time.
blast and a grab
Good
as
job.
Katie German.
One-timer from the
said
point.
Absolutely. 9:26 left to go.
Kelsey Swanson wants that shot far post, low, does it in practice all the time, buries it all day long, even on Sandy. Love to see that again. She just missed by inches.
9:26 left to go here in the third. 3-1. Michigan with the lead. Lakers have scored last, though. That's Matthews in to take the face-off, pull back.
Way to
Good
go back.
face-off win by the Lakers coming ahead.
Some speed.
Tonello has it. She has the point lead for the Lakers. Tonello loses the puck back behind, trying to fire it out in front. Carr into the far corner. Carr trying
Front,
to leave
front,
it back.
front, front.
Oh, good job by Poneth to knock it away in along the near boards. Trying to dig it out of there. Grab by Aykroyd. Now still trying to move it was Simmer. That back into the near corner.
And that was on their leading scorer, that save, right?
Indeed it was. Here comes Gustafson. Gustafson
Ice.
fires it all the way down the ice. That will be icing and head back into the Michigan zone. 8:51 left to go here in the third. So we still haven't heard back from the league. This is our last broadcast. I'm not ready to call it quits. I mean, I'll be in the stands hollering and screaming for the team, but
I still say we should sneak in there and do audio. Nobody complains about old radio guys, right?
Coming ahead with it, Carr has it, trying to get out of the zone. That popped up. Good play back there by Hornstra in along the end boards, grabbed underneath the near circle and fed ahead. Simmer trying to tip it. That moved over and along the near boards. Grabbed by Brazil.
Careful, guys.
As that was a collision into the boards, moved by Gibbs down the far boards. Tipped back, trying to get it away from Heather Lamb is Gustafson in that far corner.
Keegan's money, man. She's a
Knocked
good defender.
down, battle for it. Ooh, that slips all the way outside. And along the far boards, knocked down by Carr. There's a blast by Sarah Lamb.
It's
Back behind Ponith with a good save. Carr gets it all the way down the ice. As it saucers back, picked up. Here comes the Lake State defense as they deflect it into the Michigan zone.
Kill a little time, D to D.
And over to Hung. Hung has it at her own blue line.
Breaking through. Nice.
Good pass over to Cummings. Cummings, top of the near circle. Cummings coming in.
Oh,
shot and a good save.
Made her cross her glove. That looked like it could go.
Yeah.
You don't catch backhand like that very often in goal.
It was a good move, but probably not her preferred method of saving.
Right.
7:52 left to go here in the third. 3-1, Michigan with the lead. Ferris in along the near boards. It's quite possible these two teams could see each other next Friday at the Ann Burton.
I think we should tell people that only senior citizens are going to listen to it, so what do they care if it's a radio broadcast?
Down the far boards, that fired ahead. I don't know what that says about me. I love a good radio broadcast, but that's
me
okay.
Too. But I'm a senior citizen.
As mentally, I probably am. Either that or I'm 12. I can't tell. Picked up by Cummings down the far boards, trying to poke that away and trying to get it. Colwich. Colwich gets it back, but that to the far point. Adams with a shot that got deflected out in front. Howe moves it into the near corner, pulling it there down the near boards. That back all the way into the Lakers' end. Pot gathers it up, top of the near circle. Pot turning on it, gets it over to Howe. That deflected off and pulled right back in. Here comes Michigan. Is trying to bring it in was Swanson, gathered up in along the near boards, trying to dig it off of the near boards there and intercept.
We don't
Here
want to
comes
give it to her.
Yaremko one-on-one back. Yaremko with a shot that a good save, and good job by Katie German to stay solid on her. Coming ahead with it is Lindahl. Lindahl races down the far boards. Lindahl gets past Hornstra. Lindahl coming in. Lindahl.
Whoa.
Oh, and that just kind of got stuck on the stick there. Right through the slot, poked away and along the far boards. That grabbed and fired down by Yaremko all the way back into the Michigan zone.
Should be ice.
6:20 left to go. Katie German gets it before it can. Puts it down the far boards. Izzy German moves it over to Flazar.
Nice saucer.
Flazar
by
over
herself.
center.
By herself.
Flazar outside the near circle. Flazar
She's
back
looking for
behind
somebody.
the goal. Flazar moves it over Hansen
Nice.
back to Flazar. And in along the end boards, Flazar kind of to her knees trying to pull that away. Slipped back where Hansen had just vacated. And in along the near boards, picked up by Ackroyd. Ackroyd moves it ahead. Slipped over to Yaremko. Yaremko gains the zone. Yaremko back to the near point. Poked away. Good job by Gordon to knock that away. In along the end boards, Hornstra chasing it back. That knocked into the near corner. Trying to move it ahead.
Find
Racing.
somebody. Heads up.
Down Hansen.
Open door.
Slips past.
Wow.
Hansen coming in. Yeah, that's
She's got her
dangerous
far
with the open
side.
door. Shot.
Oh.
Oh, sticked away into the near corner by Kachuk. Excellent save there. Moved ahead. Now slipped all the way over and along the far boards off of Gordon's skates coming in. Here comes the Lakers, top of the far circle,
Whoa,
moving in.
what a move.
Covered up is Brazow with some really athletic moves there. And just ran out of room, honestly, right there.
And I think that last play in the Michigan offensive end was a pass, a shot to pass. It just came up off on the save, controlled the rebound. That was a nice play.
5:17 left to go here in the third. 3-1, Michigan with the lead. Trying to go into.
They going to call her out? No, okay.
Comes back to the far point. Dixon has it there. Dixon moves it in along the end board. Sarah Lamb underneath the near circle, trying to put it out in front. That knockdown. Sarah Lamb feeds it. Oh, that shot. Dixon had it and still poking away at it, and they put it in.
No goal.
No goal. No goal.
Why? Net off? People in the crease? Nets off?
That might have been people in the crease. They're poking. They're pointing outside of the zone.
Might be goalie interference.
There were a lot of people in there, and I'm not sure Sandy could move over. I just, this is the moments where I really wish we had a mic on the ref to explain.
Well, you need somebody in color who knows what the hell he's talking about.
If you don't know, then I'm in real trouble. So that
Or
pulls
maybe
away.
has better eyesight. I have no clue why that was. Maybe we homered him then. That doesn't happen very often.
I think it may well have been goaltender interference because there was a lot of people in that crease and Sandy couldn't get over.
And they do snowplow our goalie. There's no question that there's more than just shots going at her.
As that puck into the near corner, sent back to the near point, Katie German holding it in. Ooh, that went off of Swanson. Couldn't have felt good. And that leads to an opportunity for the Lakers coming ahead with it.
Get back, guys.
Brazow has it. Brazow into the slot, fires it. That off
block.
the glass. Sarah Lamb into the far corner.
Watch that
Lamb
late
back
trailer right
behind,
there.
Coming in. Heather
Nice
Lamb
block.
with a shot. That block now. Here comes Lindahl.
Nice play, Julia.
She
Oof.
fires it all the way back. She'll go off the ice, coming ahead. Pot at the near point. Pot moves it over to Howe. That brought back. And trying to get it, trying to hold
Clear.
it in was
There
Heather
you go,
Lamb
Lucy.
racing. Hanson trying to get to it. That pulled
Deep.
back.
There you go. That's a smart player right there.
Malashevsky puts it back in along the end boards. That gathered up. Flazar trying to pull it away there. Pot as well as Hornstra trying to get to it. Hanson in the near corner.
Nice.
Hanson back over to Flazar. Now to Hanson
Rip
on the
it.
far circle. Shot. Ooh, that went right through the crease. Back to the far point. Gustafson holds it in. Back into the far corner. Loose on the far
Here we
circle.
go.
Trying to get it. Shot
Oh,
there.
got a
Sticked
shot.
away by Kachuk. Back to the far point. Gustafson. Another shot that deflected off of Heather Lamb. Flazar puts it right back behind the goal.
Playing in the right end.
Into the far corner, controlled there. 3:20 left to go. 3-1.
Step up,
Michigan
step
with
up.
the lead. Gustafson with the pinch. Now coming
Okay,
ahead.
Lucy
Hanson
ripping it.
in the slot.
She
shot.
couldn't see it.
Oh, pad
Second
save.
one.
Another shot and a save by Kachuk. Two beautiful saves by
love it.
Kachuk there.
Yeah, that's who I want shooting too. I'd like to see Lucy get another one. Well, they've picked it up. They've got 11 shots. So we've got 15.
3:10 left to go here in the third. 3-1 Michigan with the lead. Lakers doing everything they can to try and climb back into this. Outside the near circle, Carr down the near boards, trying to dig it out of there. That poked and gathered up, fired ahead. Matthews moves it all the way across the ice. Adams getting it ahead to Aykroyd. Aykroyd ends up going down on the
No
ice.
call. That's good.
Coming ahead with it. Now here comes Yaremko. Yaremko on the far circle. Yaremko makes a good move.
Ooh,
that went
open
off of
person in front.
absolutely. Dixon puts it into the near corner, trying to pull it away. Outside the near circle. Simmer trying to get it out of the zone. Good job to hold it in by Adams. Now
here
ahead
we
to
go.
Carr. Carr racing ahead with it. Only Dixon in front. Carr didn't think she could beat Dixon. Puts it right back behind the goal. Now Simmer trying to get it. That rimmed all the way around outside the near circle. Pulling it away. Matthews. Matthews
no
moves
backhand.
it back. Aykroyd putting it ahead. Tipped by Katie German. Now
Nice
controlling
play,
it.
Katie.
She tries
That's
to
offsides.
lift it all the way back. Matthews has it in her own zone.
They checked up.
Coming ahead with it, that tipped by Simmer, right back to the blue line. Simmer trying to bring it into the zone. Dixon trying to knock it away. Now Carr digging in there as well. Loose, moved
Deep.
over. Katie German puts it into the zone. 2 minutes left to go here in the third. 3-1, Michigan with the lead. That puck comes outside the far circle. Izzy German races back to get it in
Watch
along
that
the end
Laker
boards.
goalie. Will she come out 3-1?
That's a
not.
good question. Lindahl trying to dig it out of the near circle
Hockey
as
suspense.
Gibbs has it. Gibbs fires it high slot. Got knocked down by Lindahl. She's blocked a couple shots. 1 minute 38 seconds. Moves into the far corner. Malashevsky trying to get it there.
There we go. Don't
Izzy
be
German
passive.
trying to pull it away. 1:30 left to go.
Nice.
Puck over to Lindahl, down the near boards. Lindahl, cross ice pass, that tipped. Here comes Carr. Carr racing ahead with it, gets it back to Lindahl. 1 minute 21 seconds. Lindahl, that poked away. Good defense. Malashevsky with a shot and a save.
Hit it right in the logo. Otherwise, that would have been tough.
1:16 left to go here in the third. 3-1, Michigan with the lead.
Yikes.
Oh, you know, this Laker team was not going to give up. They're going to battle till the very end of the whistle.
No, and what's great is the Wolverines answered the call.
They have, and we need to remember that next Friday.
Oh,
There's
there's
a
another
shot.
shot. Nice
Beautiful
shot.
shot. And
Another
a good save by
shot.
Kachuk into the near corner, controlled by the Lakers.
Good way to
Bucksbaum
finish.
holds it in. Now here comes Swanson. Swanson trying to get the puck to behave.
There's
There's
another
a
shot.
Kachuk just holds it and says, that's enough. I'm going to freeze it.
With a minute to go, you like getting those shots in their end. They're not going to score when we're shooting at their end.
Yeah, very true. 1:02 left to go. 3-1. Michigan with the lead here in the third, trying to finish off strong.
She's going to have seen almost 50 shots this game.
Kachuk has been very solid between the pipes. That back to the far point. Gustafson holds it in, fires it right around into the near corner. Heather Lamb with it there outside the near circle. That's Ackroyd who puts it back into the neutral zone. Bucksbaum fires
Smart
it
play.
right back in.
Smart play.
As that picked up, spinning with it, moved
There we
ahead.
go. No,
Bucksbaum
eat
has
it.
it again. Michigan vacates the zone and fires it right back in. Heather Lamb chases it. Now Pott into the far corner. Malashevsky trying to hold it in there. Now Swanson. 33 seconds left to go. Puck back behind the goal. Gathered up there. Pott moves it ahead to Howell. Howell down the near boards. Howell right in front of the scorer's bench. Good poke check. Lindahl trying to bring it in. Lindahl
Swanson playing the angle. Good for her.
into
Kill
the
it
near
right there,
corner.
guys. 20
18
seconds.
left to go. 16 seconds
Send it
left.
back. Send it back.
Now Swanson trying to fire it right back into the zone. Here comes Lindahl. 10 seconds left to go. Lindahl shot on goal. Kachuk will cover it up. 6.4 seconds left.
Wow. 49 shots for Michigan.
That is a good number of
11.
shots.
So they had, they didn't do
31.
bad. 31.
That is not a bad total for a game.
I'll take 50. I'll take 49.
Michigan trying to make it even. 56.2 seconds left to go. Puck loose.
Oh, it is. You're
Covered
right.
up.
Oh, there's 50.
2 seconds left to go. Puck on the near circle. Michigan will win their final game. They'll be the third seed in the CCWHA championship. They will play in the playoffs, CCWHA playoffs. They will play on Friday. We assume pretty quickly, maybe tomorrow, the CCWHA will update their standings after the games tonight, and we'll know exactly when we play. And again, we're going to keep our fingers crossed. They'll let us do an audio broadcast. It depends on the contract they have with whoever is broadcasting it.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Yeah.
So 3-1, Michigan with the win, and
Good win.
what
Good
is
win.
their-
I'd like to call this senior night now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Lakers able to spoil senior night in overtime last night, and Michigan able to hold on tonight 3-1.
It was a good game. We played our game, so it was. It's good to see that because this is a good springboard into the playoffs, and hopefully salvages a chance to get to nationals.
Now, if we play the Lakers again, is it almost a good thing that they won one? Because trying to beat a team five times in a season is near impossible.
Yes and no, but then they back in their mind they'd think we can't possibly beat these guys. They haven't beaten us. They've beaten us every time, but
Yeah.
they've been close and they've been good games. So
they have been.
I think it's good for our confidence. It's a game of confidence, and our
Yeah.
confidence will be up a little bit now. And if you don't have confidence in hockey, you're in trouble.
Indeed. Lakers, they know they can beat us, so
Yep.
it'll be
It'll
a
be good
game on
games.
Friday.
Yep.
Either Lakers or Miami will be the team we play, and right now it looks like it's going to be the Lakers with my math, and you know how good that is. So.
Well, you make a living at it. It's better than mine. I could just get a headache thinking, oh, you want me to do math? Thanks,
Yeah.
Mark. That was fun. That's a lot more fun to broadcast wins, let me tell you.
It is. For our camera people, James Wiseman, Christina Wiseman, Coach Ned on color commentary, our director, Mike Butler. My name is Mark Wiseman. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you of your support of this team all season long. We would love to see a huge Michigan crowd out in Burton at the Crystal
Palace.
Palace. Yep.
Go
Yep.
blue. Go blue.
Yep. So we'll see it there. Thank you, and have a great rest of the evening, folks.